Welcome you guys back to my video over here. I understand that you guys are very much more likely to succeed today because I understand that I have nice, beautiful knowledge to give you every single day. You must understand that no matter what you're doing today, you must understand it must be mindset. I promise you, when you're doing your mindset every single day, you have to be able to practice your communication skills daily, because what's important is making a greater life. You have to make yourself a greater life today, because guess what? I realize either way, I understand it's a nice, beautiful, rainy day today. I understand it's really, let's say, cloudy outside, so I didn't go to street performance today, so I make sure today that I just go and promote myself on the street. And what I do is I add my nice, beautiful promotional signs over here. I just do this over here. You can see my promotional signs over there. And what happens is when people go and walk by, or else they're going to see my Instagram and they're going to see my YouTube account. So that's the whole point of really promoting yourself every single day. So you understand that no matter what you're doing, that you go and understand that communication skills is going to make you something far greater today than ever before, because those who understand communication skills are the ones who understand an idea. And when you're giving ideas, you give it from the heart, you press into your heart a bit, and you're understanding always to talk like that also if you want to. You have to understand it's really use your emotions to speak and public speak, and also to make music, and understand that everything comes from the feelings. Because what is feelings? I understand feelings is anything to do with information. I understand that those individuals who have information daily to give you are the ones who are really much more appropriate about what they're doing. But make sure that when you're promoting your name on the street like this, that you're really giving some content along the way, but don't just be standing around while people are looking at you and while you're promoting yourself. I mean, be speaking and talking up, or be doing something to practice your talents. So don't just stand around and promote yourself. I mean, stand around and talk on a video while you're promoting yourself, or sing on a video and coach people on a video, or do some electronic music, such as now I can do some electronic music on the street somewhere while I go and promote my nice, beautiful Instagram and also my YouTube account. You get it? Because I'm a music producer, so I can go and make music on the street somewhere while people are walking past, and then I have a nice, beautiful little portrait and a YouTube account where people can go and find me with my promotional tags. And then I understand either way that I can go create music in front of people, and I can sit on a bench somewhere and I can put my promotional signs down on the floor, and then I can always make sure that either way, that way is a newer way to understand that you can go and promote yourself like that today. So either way, you can understand that if you're a designer and you're doing a lot with laptop, for example, you go and sit in front of people where people are walking by, in terms of they're walking on the street somewhere, or on the nice, beautiful, in terms of on the nice, beautiful sidewalk, and promote your nice, beautiful signs like this on the sidewalk while you're actually doing something on your laptop with designing and filming and camera work and your compositions and anything to do with your work and business. So do it on the street while people are walking past, while you're actually promoting your name and in terms of your YouTube and also your Instagram, because that way you're going to gain more promotion, and that way you're going to get much more in the making of your legacy, because we have to understand that either way that your legacy is important. Understand that is why you have to go on the street sometimes, even when it's raining. I mean, go where there's no rain and just put your promotional signs on the street and just start doing something along the way. So I can go and sit down and promote my nice, beautiful promotional tags just like this, and I can go and do some music production over here as well. And I understand this way that even after my video, I can go and upload content. I can also read over here. I can be on the nice, beautiful street journaling and also reading while I'm promoting my nice, beautiful Instagram 24/7. I mean, do you understand me? Because either way, I just go where people are walking, and then people will see my nice, beautiful promotional tags while I'm journaling something and while I'm reading on YouTube. I can also make sure I can do some music production, or I can coach you along the way like this on the side. And I understand either way that my business is moving forward, because I'm gaining free attention while I'm also learning to cooperate in a better way, while also leading you into a better life. I understand either way that I make sure that I'm always doing that every single day, because what's important here every single day is communication skills. So when you're promoting yourself every single day in a different way, you'll find something new to do, even if it rains. I realize if it rains, you can still be in front of people. You can still make sure that you can get your portable speaker, and go on the sidewalk somewhere and play light music somewhere where people can see what you're doing. Alright, now you can go and place a nice, beautiful portable speaker on the sidewalk somewhere, you understand, and do a street performance that way. And it can be a light street performance. I realize it doesn't have to be something big, but understand either way that you go and be silent about it sometimes. I realize sometimes the police will say that your amplifier is too much noise. And what you can do is you just turn it down to the nice beautiful signal that they want you to turn it up in terms of life, and then understand either way that you can still be in front of people promoting yourself even though it's raining, and you can still be doing these life coaching videos in front of people as people are walking by. Or they understand that when you're shooting a nice beautiful video in front of them, I realize that you're still promoting your nice beautiful Instagram on the floor and also your YouTube channel, because that's all I use, because I understand that's more than enough. I don't need to promote 50 social medias so that you can find me on 50 different social medias. I promote 2, and it's more than enough. I mean, do you agree? I mean, if I promote 100 social medias where you can find me, I mean, how about 1,000? I mean, you can find me on 1,000 social medias today. I mean, how about 50 million? I mean, are you going to go to those 50 million social medias today? I promise you, no. I promise you, where you're going to go is YouTube channel or Instagram, because that's where I promote. I realize if you don't want to make a YouTube account, and if you don't want to make an Instagram account, I realize you're not worthy of my attention. You're not worthy of my knowledge then. You understand? Because that's the go-to. I realize that's where you go to find me. And if you don't want to find me, I realize you don't even deserve me then. So either way, understand that what's important is many people are on YouTube and on Instagram. So either way, you get those people, because anybody who wants you in terms of life will come and find you, and they'll create one account so that they can read from you and so that they can learn from you. So either way, I understand that I can make this nice beautiful video in front of people. I can stand on the sidewalk over here and point my nice beautiful social media camera, which is my nice beautiful video camera, and I can start to record my nice beautiful life coaching video anywhere in Sydney on the nice beautiful sidewalk. I can go and understand now that I have much more skills about it. So what I can do is get my nice beautiful portable speaker and play some light sounds or something that's really light, and it doesn't have to be heavy, but just making sure that everybody can hear me in terms of my music. I can place my nice beautiful music on the floor. I can DJ my music all day long on the sidewalks where people are walking. And also I can also do some nice beautiful life coaching, busking performances and street performances where people are actually walking on the sidewalks. And it doesn't have to be anything very loud, but as long as people can see my Instagram and YouTube account, I realize that's the amazing thing about it, where they can actually come and see you anyway. So realize that it's something very new that I realize most people are never even doing that. I realize most people are not even standing on the sidewalk to go and promote their Instagram and social media accounts and their YouTube channels. You understand? Because understand that what's going on today is something very important. So you have to understand that no matter what you are, you must be your own mate, which is your own friend, which is your own family member. You have to understand either way, you must have a relationship with yourself much better than before if you want to be successful. I understand that those who understand what I'm saying every single day are the ones who are really doing it. You have to do what I say. I promise you, when I say what I do, I understand I'm always doing it. I'm doing what I say, so you must do what I say as well. Otherwise, if you don't want to listen to me, you'll go and do what somebody else says. So realize I'm doing what Jesus says. Otherwise, do not be in offense in terms of, do not be offended about what I say, because understand that you must not be arrogant about my words. You must understand that I'm here to help you. So when I'm here to help you, I'm here to find a strategy so that you understand to promote yourself 24/7 rather than being in your accommodation center and only coming out into the street performance on days where it's not raining or when it's cloudy. So what you do is, otherwise when it's really raining or something like that in terms of life, and it's really cloudy and hailing or something like that, otherwise either way, you have to understand that if it's about to rain, I mean, guess what? You don't have to go to your street performance. You don't have to go and busk anywhere. You just make sure that you get yourself a busking license anyway, and then just go on the sidewalk somewhere where there's a nice beautiful covering and let it rain all day long. But stand there and just do your work all day long, and just make sure that it's somewhere where a lot of people are coming through. Otherwise now in Town Hall Station, I understand many people are coming through over there, and I can just play some light music on the side. I can play some light music and I can just have something going right there in terms of one spot, and people are going to be looking at my Instagram and social media anyway. So what's important is get yourself an Instagram promotion and YouTube account promotion, and a YouTube account promotion, and go and just be around where the top scenarios of Sydney or Australia or your country in terms of where the people are, and just be there. And then all you do is practice your talent all day long. So you don't have to be inside of your accommodation. You just can understand that from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m, you go and work. You go and work in front of people, and just be in front of people promoting yourself all day long, and somebody's going to show you around. I realize one person can go and show you around to somebody who can give you an opportunity to public speak or DJ somewhere, and understand that they can give you opportunities as long as you're promoting yourself daily. So when you're promoting yourself daily, you're very important, you understand? Because that way you're going to understand why attention is so important. Attention is so important when you're really promoting yourself in front of people. Because otherwise, you have to understand that if there's no people in this world and you're promoting yourself, otherwise then what are you going to do? Otherwise, either way, you then go promote yourself to the non-human animals. I mean, do you understand? So either way, understand that people is the way. Otherwise, people is the way. But understand, you must go toward people and go and lift people up with either music or you're singing. You can sing on the side. Somewhere I've seen a nice, beautiful girl just recently, and she's singing on the sidewalk. Or else she's singing on the sidewalk, and I'm pumping music on the side, going to my nice, beautiful street performance. So either way, understand that when it rains, I bring my nice, beautiful trolley. I bring my trolley around, and understand I don't have to carry my stuff anymore. I realize that I just bring my trolley every single day. And then what I do, I have a nice beautiful trolley where I go and put my nice beautiful stuff in terms of my portraits and my nice beautiful promotional signs. I get my large portrait too. I get a large portrait, so I have 3 nice beautiful portraits. I have a large one with my Instagram on it. I have a small Instagram portrait, and I have a nice beautiful YouTube small portrait where people can just find me on the side street in terms of the sidewalk where people are walking by, and they can actually see that it's YouTube. And then they see my name, Danny Milivojevic. I mean, go and find it. So either way, you can understand that my shoulder bag and my nice beautiful technology and my portable speaker and also my shopping in terms of my food and drink, I don't have to carry it anymore because I have a nice beautiful trolley where I gave $50 so I can gain a trolley, so I don't even have to carry extra 20 kilos on me anymore. Because I understand that my portable speaker is 5 kilos, I realize my shoulder bag is 5 kilos, I realize the food and drink that I may get is around 5 kilos to 10 kilos. I realize either way that it's from 1 kilo or it can be from 0 kilos to 10 kilos or 20 kilos. I realize either way, understand that I don't have to carry that extra weight anymore. So I just make sure every single day that this time round I came to my nice beautiful street performance, but guess what? I realize this is my street performance now. I understand I'm still performing on the street, but just not like before. I'm not with a portable speaker right now. I understand either way, I'm not doing it on a microphone, but I am doing it with my nice beautiful Rode microphone right here and also my camera, which is my microphone, but it's not like my busking street performance like I do before. Although this is something new, and I'm still doing the busking performances and all that, I still have my microphones, I still have everything that I need, I still have my portable speaker, but I understand I respect myself much more now, because now, no matter what, I can go in front of the street and in front of people and just be there. I just be in front of people, and what I do is I look at people and I get some spotlight, I get some attention every single day, and I can be there for hours and hours and hours. You understand? I can be there for hours just promoting my name. And guess what I do? I do some journaling, I do some reading on the street, I stand around, I start to eat on the street, I play some music, I play some of my audio on the street. I just promoting myself all day long on the sidewalks of Sydney, Australia, where people are walking by. And now there are many places that you can go to in terms of Australia, in terms of life, to go and promote your name. But here in Sydney, you can go where the town hall station is. You can go also where Pitt Street Mall is. You can also go where these nice beautiful busking performances are, because when you're doing that daily, you understand either way you're going to promote yourself, you're going to be someone far greater, and understand either way that whatever you are today and whatever you're doing is very important, as long as you love yourself and love thyself all the time. Understand when you love thyself all the time, understand that they may give you a warning in terms of life, in terms of the police. I understand that sometimes they love to cause trouble, the police officers. I understand when they love to cause trouble, I realize they'll say to you, hey, you're on the sidewalk here and you're on the private property over here, and I need you to go away because you're not allowed to do it here. And understand that if they say that, I realize that because I'm here in terms of a nice covering of my life where I'm doing my nice beautiful performance here, but understand they sometimes may come and say, you cannot do this and you must go away, and because you are disrupting the people around you or something like that. And either way, I realize they may give you a warning and just say, thank you sir, I'll just go somewhere else then, and I'll go do my work in a better place. And then that way, when you go and do your work in a better place, understand to never go where the police warned you. So if they warned you somewhere in terms of busking performance and you have a 2-hour license and you've been busking there for 6 hours, and they say you're only ever allowed to busk here for 2 hours because of your license, I mean, follow the rules and understand to go and busk for 2 hours then, and then just leave. But they may return and say, how long have you been here? And you say 2 hours this time because you guys warned me at least. I realize either way, I understand that you stick to the rules, because the police don't care about you. I realize they'll throw you in a prison cell because they're following laws. I realize they're following some made up laws. You have to understand that either way. I understand that Lil Wayne, for example, I understand they threw him in jail for 10 years because he has a gun. I realize now he has a gun, but guess what? I realize they made up rules. I mean, it's just a gun. I mean, you can carry a gun around, but guess what? By their laws, no. I mean, whose laws are they? I realize they're made up laws. I mean, you can carry a knife around, you can carry everything around. You understand? You can carry it around, but don't kill people with it. I mean, easily done. Although guess what? I realized that they, because of one rule, which states you must not carry they say you must not carry a gun around with you, or else they put you in jail for 10 years. I mean, is that stupid or what? I mean, that's so stupid because Lil Wayne didn't kill anybody. I mean, he didn't kill anybody. And now, why did he have a gun? I don't know, but maybe it's just for the look. I mean, either way, you have to understand that the nice, beautiful laws that we have today is Jesus' laws. You stick to the, you have to understand, you stick to the nice, beautiful laws of Jesus Christ. You understand that is the only law, and Jesus will never throw you in prison. Or else that Jesus will never kill anybody, but understand the police will. Or else the police will shoot you if you run at them. I mean, they'll just kill you. I mean, they don't care about your life. Or else now, if you run at Jesus, I realize Jesus will never shoot you, and Jesus will never hit you, but Jesus wants to see exactly what you're going to do to Jesus. I mean, that's what Jesus done on the cross. And understand that when Jesus was alive, in terms of the Bible, understand the Bible is always alive, but understand that they went and took Jesus all the way to the cross. And now Jesus is always finding out about what do people want all the way. Or they understand that the police don't care about you. I realize the police are the ones that are going to shoot back. And say, I realize they're going to fight. You understand? Because they're not following Jesus' laws. I realize now the police laws are the criminal laws. And that, I realize the police laws are anything that's not Jesus Christ. I realize now they're always against Jesus Christ, but understand either way, that you understand that when people, in terms of the police, come to your house or something and say, what are you doing over here, and get out of here, and you're not supposed to be here, or whatever, or is that you're never supposed to be here, you must be here. But understand that they say you have to go somewhere else because this is a private property or whatever. You just leave, because otherwise they'll throw you in jail. You understand? So realize I'm here for you in terms of information, but guess what? I'm not there for you exactly in terms of to walk your footsteps. I won't be there to walk your footsteps. I mean, you're not here for me to walk my footsteps in life, but I don't want you to walk my footsteps. I want you to understand, I want to walk my own footsteps. I want you to walk your own footsteps, because when you succeed, otherwise it's much more privileging to say, I walk my steps. I walk my steps the whole time, and nobody else helped me to succeed except I. I understand that when you say that, otherwise you take full ownership and credibility, or else you take full ownership and credibility for that nice, beautiful promotion that you succeeded on your own and that nobody helped you. Or else now, nobody is helping me succeed. I'm succeeding on my own, but I'm choosing to. I'm choosing to succeed. And now I understand when I have the full privilege to say I am successful because I chose to be successful, and not because other people chose for me. You understand? Or else I gain the full credit. But if I do the nice, beautiful steps for you, or else now I say that this person over here, in terms of you, is 50% successful because I walked 50% of his life or her life. I mean, look, I gain the credit over here. I mean, that man or woman is only 50% successful, and that's all they're ever going to be. Or else either way, I don't want to say that about you. I want you to walk 100% of your footsteps out of 100. I want you to fully take ownership about your life. I don't want other people to be successful for you. I want you to be successful for yourself. I understand that when I go to be successful for myself, I want that for I. I want to be much more. I understand when I always go and be much more privileging of what I am, I always make sure that I go on the side street now and I just go promote myself, whether it's raining or whether it's hailing or storming. I'll be on the sidewalk somewhere and I'll just pump my music a bit and just enjoy myself, gaining all the attention from the crowd. Because I understand that when I gain attention from the crowd, I realize one individual may shame me, I realize they may shame me to their Instagram. I realize they may put me on YouTube and they may get thousands of views. And then guess what? I realize that intention is fully hyping up about me, because how is it happening? I'm creating that. I realize now if I take a video of you doing a nice, beautiful performance or on the street somewhere and I take a photo of you, I put it on my Instagram and 5,000 people see your photo and then come to you, I realize now who created that? I realize, is it you or is it me? I realize you created it. I realize you made everything because you were there on the spot for me to do that. You understand? So you're always creating your own life for yourself. But understand either way that many people don't care about you. I mean, they don't care to give you some knowledge. I care to give you some knowledge because I understand I have 515 videos and more on YouTube right now. But guess what? I realize it's been a year. I realize in 1 year, I uploaded 515 photos, and I realize in 1 year, I uploaded 515 videos and over 600 hours of content on YouTube. I mean, really quickly, within 1 year. I mean, do you understand? So either way, it happens quick. You understand? And guess what? I realize the crowd from the past is asking, how does this guy have so many videos? I mean, in 1 year, I created over 600 hours of videos and posted on YouTube. I mean, do you understand? So it's really quick that you understand that success happens really quickly. So either way, understand that no matter what, you never slow down for other people, because other people don't want you to slow down. I realize that other people want to waste your time. But guess what? or else other people don't want you to slow down. I don't want you to slow down, but other people, in terms of other people who do, I understand either way that some people want you to slow down for them because they're jealous of you, and other people don't want you to slow down because they want you to be better than them. So either way, understand that what you're doing every single day is promoting your name. So make sure that you understand that your name is very important today. So understand to brand yourself every single day and do something that's very important, because understand now that since I can promote my nice, beautiful content 24/7 on the street. I mean, you understand? I mean, either way, I promote myself from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. every single day on the street now. I understand I have no excuses for not being successful. So what I do is I get my trolley, because my trolley helps me to carry everything, and it makes it much more doable that if the police says, hey, get away from here, I can just move around with my trolley and go somewhere else. And I can just stand there and just realize that no matter what, I'm just promoting my name. And now if the police says whatever about me, I say, how about if I just turn off my nice, beautiful portable speaker and amplifier and I don't even play the music, but just stand around here? And is it possible for me to just stand around here without playing music or audio? Or else now, see what they say. Or else either way, that if you have a nice, beautiful chance to busk on the street or street perform, or else you're just standing on the sidewalk somewhere and promoting your name 24/7. I mean, promote your name 24/7, because nobody else is going to promote your name. I will promote your name by saying it on a video, and that video will promote you forever. I mean, do you understand? I mean, when you get an interview from somebody like Oprah Winfrey or Ellen DeGeneres or Lewis Howes or Tim Ferriss or Grant Cardone, and they interview you, and you go to their 10X Growth Con or to their nice, beautiful, you go to their TV shows, or else that in one specific episode, or else they're going to promote you forever. I mean, do you understand? So realize to go and grab those opportunities when people do come and promote you. Or else that on Instagram, or else I have 3 people before who actually came up to me and said, hey, I want to promote you. Are you available? I want to interview you. And now the first one didn't work out because I asked for some money in return. Or else now I understand that when I ask for money, I go and do it for free now. So I understand I'll learn from that mistake, that it's not about the plastic money. I'd rather do my work without the plastic money involved. Or else that individual doesn't want to interview me anymore. But guess what? I said, I apologize. I'm ready here to do it for free. I went back to the individual and I said, I'm ready to do it for free this time. And I understand the guy says that there's already 70 people involved in terms of in the line and inside a queue right now. And for me, that in terms of he will contact me if he ever needs to interview me. Although guess what? Or else he never contacts me again. So realize either way that he's really meant to say, yeah, just go sign up now. Or else just go sign up. But because he doesn't want to interview me, because I said, oh, sorry, I said, I apologize for that. I understand I made a mistake. Although he doesn't want that, and guess what? Or else he's just a liar, or else he's just a fake facade, or else the guy, I don't even want him anymore. Or else either way, or else the second people in terms of Brisbane millennials, or else these people in terms of like they have a nice, beautiful Instagram, or they understand that they called me to go and public speak at their event, and then I left the group because they are saying to not comment on the group. So I just left the group, and I asked them, do you guys still want me around? And they said no. Or else either way, I understand no matter what, I just go away from them because I understand that they want me in the group to just shut my mouth. Or else either way, I don't want to shut my mouth in the group. So I left the group. I understand either way. I said, do you guys want me still to public speak at your event? Or else they said no because I didn't join the group. Or else I was asking to join the group, but they said no. Or else either way, I just move away from them as well because they're immature people. And understand when I go and welcome people in a group, for example, and somebody joins the group, I say, I welcome you and welcome to the group. And then people are saying for you to shut up. Or else I understand that nobody tells me to shut up, so I just left the group. You understand? So realize, never take any bullshit from anybody, so just leave the group and ask them, do you guys still want me to public speak or whatever? But now it's like just in terms of life that you're asking them now. And now, of course, they can say no, but either way, understand this, that if they ever choose to go and promote you ever again, or they choose to come and say, hey, I want you at my event this time and forget what happened, I realize you must go to go and promote yourself, you understand? So realize you let bygones be bygones, because guess what? You have to understand you let it be and then just go and promote yourself again. But understand either way that if you ask somebody for an opportunity, I realize it's always no. So what do? You never ask other people to give you an opportunity. You make sure you go give it of yourself to give yourself the opportunity. So what is the opportunity? I mean, it's called self-promotion. So if you can go and self-promote yourself every single day, you have all the opportunities. You don't need other people to promote you. You just go and promote yourself. I mean, that's it. I mean, you don't need other people to promote you. You need to promote yourself. So that's all the opportunities you ever need. You don't need an opportunity for somebody else to promote you. You can just go and promote you. promise you, it's that simple. So understand either way that my third type of nice, beautiful scenario is a nice, beautiful person came up to my Instagram and said, I want to interview you. I understand either way that everybody's a divine being, but either way, I understand that this time I said yes, and guess what? I realized we got started and we realizing that we just started, and I am now understanding that individual is always promoting me because we have a nice, beautiful session together of a nice, beautiful podcast and video webinar that I did with him. And understand he asked me questions and I answered the questions, and either way I get a free promotional tag forever with that individual. So understand that individual can come back next year or the year after or 5 years time or whatever and promote me again with another video. So either way, understand that when people come and ask you to do a video of you so that they can promote you, or else you just make sure you accept it because they're giving people opportunities to promote them. So either way, that if I come up to you and ask you to promote you, I mean, say yes please and do it for free. I mean, don't ask for 50 grand in return like I did. Although I understand that today's world is printing plastic money. So I understand that I was just not in the right frame of mind, but understand that there is no right frame of mind and there is no wrong frame of mind, or else there is no wrong frame of mind either. I understand that there is no wrong or right in life. But I understand I was just in a frame of mind where I didn't understand what I was doing. So I understand that most people today, and especially today, in terms of 99% of the people are doing this kind of work and charging you. I'm not charging now at all. So I'm not one of those people who are charging you for my nice, beautiful information that I give. Because I understand that what's important is that I help you first and then go help yourself. And I don't care about the plastic money because the plastic money is something I can always get. I can always go and get it. I can always go and get it somehow. Or else that what's important is I have to do the information because that's something I have to do. And now understand either way that I never go doing plastic money because otherwise I understand that I miss out on giving you this information because there are two types of individuals in the planet, and one's giving you plastic money and the other one's giving you information based in terms of information to help your life. So who would you rather go to? I mean, the money in terms of plastic or the information I'm giving you? Whereas now you go to the information givers. They're the information producers and they're the ones that are really successful because those people are far greater than the ones who are giving plastic money in the world. I promise you now, when I give you $1 billion, trillion, or else when I give you $1 billion and trillion dollars, I mean, what are you going to do with it? I mean, you cannot teach people with that money. You cannot teach people with that plastic money that I give you. I mean, you can only spoil people. You can do anything, but understand that with that plastic money that I give you, I mean, the best you can do is go and invest it in other people, or go invest it in a charity, or go get yourself material possessions. And what are you going to do with what are you going to do with material possessions and a Ferrari and a jet? I mean, what are you going to do with a jet today? I mean, why do you even need a jet for? I mean, you have to understand that if you ever need a jet, it's because you're doing business with that jet. And now Grant Cardone uses his jet so that he can go fly around the world to gain real estate. I mean, he uses a jet so that he can go work for plastic money. I mean, I don't work for plastic money, man. I understand that I never need a jet to go fish for real estate in life. You understand? Because real estate is not important. Or else that what's important is the information about real estate and the locations around leadership in terms of life, and also around leadership in terms of the locations around real estate and what is close by and why is this place so good over the next one. I realize that's all real estate. So land, anything to do with land today is all real estate. So where am I today? I'm on real estate right now. I'm on top of real estate right now. I'm sitting on somebody's real estate. So realize either way that nobody is owning this real estate, because once they die, this real estate is transferred into somebody else. So understand it's the government's property. You understand? Or else it's the government's property. So either way, understand that if somebody comes up to me now and says, you are not allowed to sit here to do your content to help people, or else then I'll just go somewhere else and help people. You understand? Because there's stupid laws. I mean, there's stupid laws, and they're telling people that you must not sit here and it's not yours. I mean, they're teaching people to go to the outside world. I mean, they're teaching people to go get real estate and to work for money in terms of plastic. Otherwise, now, if I say to you that you must not sit here where I am in terms of life and on this property, I'd be teaching you then that you must go and get real estate. I realize although you never go get real estate, I understand either way that you must understand that real estate is not important unless I realize real estate in terms of information is important. So everything in terms of information is important. But guess what? I realized that when I was growing up, I'm still growing up, although I understand that I used to go on Bebo, I used to go on Bebo and MySpace and Facebook and MSN days and all these messengers and talk to people online all day long. I would be talking to them all day long, and guess what? I realized that those relationships are very fake because they're internet-based relationships, and I never met the people in my life. Although the information is something that's worthy, and now the information is something that you can go online and you can start talking to all these people online, and you can actually become famous that way. You can become famous by just interacting with people online. I mean, it's that simple, but guess what? You have to have a product that you're selling. And now when you're selling something, you're selling it for free and you're not selling it for plastic money. You have to understand that it's not about plastic money, but it's about connection and building relationships online or building relationships around you. Although understand that anything may happen where that individual says that they don't like you because of your communication language. So you just move on. And understand either way that online you can really go up to people and talk to them all day long. But how about your family? I mean, how about your life? I mean, how about your traveling? I mean, how about your daily life? I mean, how about your grooming and eating sessions as well? So either way, understand that I stay away from talking to people online because I talk to people in my video. I talk to people in my journaling. I talk to people by documenting my life in a different way where I don't have to go online to speak to other people, because otherwise I have to do all these screenshots that I'm talking to them. I mean, I have to then do all these screenshots with other people that I am interacting with other people. And now I may learn something from the interactions. Although guess what? I have to go and transcribe what I learn into a video anyway. And I have to go and transcribe what I learn into a journal anyway, which is my writing journal, and my writing journal is my video journal. And now there's also an audio podcast that you can do as well. But that's separate from talking to people online. I mean, now this video is not talking to people online really right now. I mean, it's only talking to people online once I upload it online. You understand me? Or else that once I upload an audio file of myself online or a PDF file, I can then talk to you through the quotes and through the writing materials and through the videos and audios that I do. I understand when I do that, I don't have to go talking to you now online to see how you are and how can I help your business and what are you doing today and why are you doing that. I don't have to learn about you, man. I have to learn about my life. I have to learn about how can I be successful more than you. I have to learn about how can I get those ideas before you so that I can go give you those ideas. Because it's not about competition with you. Today I realize it's a competition for myself to grow. I understand when I grow and become more successful than you, I understand that's the competition. I mean, the competition is who's more successful. I mean, do you understand me? I mean, who has more attention? And now guess what? I realize that attention is in the growth. And now the growth is in the nice, beautiful wisdom that you give. So when I give 600 hours of video content over you and you didn't even start, I have better competition than you. I mean, I am much more than you. I am much more successful than you. So yes, I'm competing with you to make sure that I outdo you and that I go and give all this content much more than you so that I be more successful than you, so that I guarantee my life for myself so that I be more successful than you. I mean, I have to be more successful than you. I mean, how can I let you be more successful than me? I mean, how? I mean, how can I let you and your family be much more than me in life? I have to be much more than your family. I have to be much more than your family so that I can grow. I have to understand that either way, you must be more than me. You must outdo me. You must understand to be more successful than me. So don't wait for me. I mean, go and be more successful and understand it's a competition. Who is going to be more successful in life and who is standing the test of time like Jesus Christ. So understand that if I outwork you, I am really competing with you. I'm not against you. I'm here to lift you. So if I go do thousands of hours of video content, I mean, that must inspire you to go do the same thing. But understand that other people are competing for plastic money and they're going to 9-to-5 jobs and telling the boss that this wanker is talking to another woman because they're having a relationship and a nice, beautiful facade going over here in terms of life, and the guy understands that no matter what, that he's trying to fire that idiot who he's jealous about because the guy wants the girl, and understanding that he is promoting that guy to get fired because that guy's winning the girl over him, and he goes to the 9-to-5 job guy to get a pay raise so he can get some extra $3 of plastic money so he can kick this guy out so that he can have a chance to get the woman. I mean, how stupid is that? I mean, you have to understand that what's very important today is they understand that freedom is in the information you're giving. So when you're giving that beautiful information daily, I mean, understand that I can do my work anywhere. I don't have to be in front of a crowd to do my work. I can do my work online. I can do my work with myself. I don't have to be with people. I understand I grow up, and over time I understand this. I used to grow up believing that I have to go and talk to all these women and all these people and all these people. I don't have to talk to them at all. I don't have to go online and talk to these women that never love me, who have a husband, or else they have a husband, and understand either way that they are very shifty when they have a husband. I mean, as soon as they have a husband, I mean, they block you straight away. So why would I even talk to them? Because they love their husband more than me. And now that's not how Jesus loves you. I realize Jesus loves everybody equally. I realize God loves everybody equally. But understand that women these days and men, I promise you, either way, when you talk to them, and because they're married to somebody else, I realize they will never talk to you. I mean, understand why? Because they love somebody else more than you. And that's not fair. I mean, it's not fair when I love somebody more than you. I love you just as much as I love everybody. I realize that's how it's meant to be. But they are taught the other way around. That they must, they're taught that they must love their family more than you. And they are taught that they must compete against you so that they kick you down because they love somebody else more. Or else that's not how it goes. I make sure I love everybody more, and that's it. I love everybody more. I don't love you less because of my biological dad who grew me up 50 years. Or else now nobody else grew me up. I mean, understand that I grew myself up. I walked my steps. But understand that just because my biological father has been around me for 18 years, I mean, it doesn't mean that I love him more than you. I mean, I never even met you. I still love you more, and I love him more, and that's it. I mean, that's the equal attempt, in a sense. So either way, when you love everybody more, or else that's it. I mean, you don't have to love a homeless man less because they're homeless. I mean, you don't have to love anybody less. You love them more. I mean, when you're loving them more, you give everybody information equally. You give them information equally, and that way you're going to become much more successful, because I understand that many people do not deserve anything other than growth. I mean, otherwise, understand that when you're really growing, you understand that what people have is what they deserve. So if somebody has something in life, or as they achieve that every single day, so understand either way to help them gain more so that you can gain more. So if they have 5 kids and you have no kids, I mean, help them gain the 6th kid as well. Because understand that it's much better for you to understand that you love them more and not less because they have 5 kids. I mean, either way, understand that if you have more than me, I'll help you gain even more, because that way I gain more. I realize that if I try to take away your success, I then take away my success. I realize if I try to take away your 5 kids, I may kill one so that you become less successful. Again, I realize, and then guess what? I realize then the police comes after me and puts me in life in prison. And guess what? I realize that's taking away my success, isn't it? So never take away from other people, but add to other people only. So understand that either way, that information is something that you need. So understand you don't need kids. You don't need anything other than information. So if you deserve kids, you deserve it by the information you gave. Whereas now, if you don't have kids, you still have information, and that's all your kids that you're ever going to have. You have to understand that it's all the nice, beautiful kids that you're going to have, because understand that information is something that's really much more than kids, and it's much more than me, and it's much more than everything in life. Realize it's much more than everything. So understand that information is your baby, and understand that information is something that you can help people with. I mean, everybody is your baby. I mean, everybody is your kid. I mean, let's just grow everybody now. So either way, understand that you're not limited by the world around you. So understand that nobody's trying to limit you except you. I understand that no matter what, I realize they can throw you in a 9-to-5 job. I mean, they can throw you in a construction site. I mean, guess what? I mean, you don't have to go there. I mean, you have a choice. You don't have to work a 9-to-5. You don't have to. I mean, why do you work it then? I mean, why are you working in a construction job? I mean, why are you going and working hard? I mean, who's forcing you to do that? You. I mean, nobody's forcing you to do that except you. I mean, who's forcing me to do this? I. Because I love to do it. But why do you do what you hate? I mean, why do you do what you hate? Because other people are forcing you? Or else because other people are forcing you? Or else other people are not forcing you for nothing? Understand? You have to understand that nobody will force you to go work a 9-to-5 job if you don't want to. Or else if you have money in your pocket right now, or else if you have anything in terms of money, possessions, understand it's not about the possessions. I mean, understand it's not about the plastic money. But guess what? I realize it's about how much are you giving. I realize if you're working on a construction site for the next 50 years, or you're working on a 9-to-5 job for the next 50 years, and you see me successful around the world, I realize it's because I'm giving more information than you. I mean, it's that simple. So if you want to be more successful, understand information products, and go and give it much more. So why did I create 515 videos in 1 year so I can give you information? I mean, why did I do that? I mean, so I can be more successful, and so that I can understand how to speak on a video, and so I can go and make quality 2 videos, and so that I can go and make all this that you see today. I mean, so I can be an entrepreneur, and so I can be successful and famous in terms of my life, and have fame and have success and have a great legacy. So that's why I give you everything, because great legacies give you information. I mean, look at Jesus Christ. I mean, what did Jesus Christ give you? I mean, Jesus Christ gave you information, and that's everything. I mean, Jesus Christ gives you everything, because information is everything. You know, since every single day, understand that when you go and develop thyself, every single day you're giving people information always to thrive. I'm always giving that information. I mean, I don't care if it's raining today. I'll go and do my 1 hour content, because 1 hour is my goal, because I can achieve it all the time. I can always achieve 3 years of video content in my life. I can do it. I can do it easily. I can achieve 9 hours of video content in terms of, I can achieve 9 hours in terms of 9 years of video content in my life. I can do more than that. But either way, understand I have a life. I have something else to do. I have some journaling writing. I have some journaling and writing to do. I have quotes to give you. I have audios to give you. Understand that every single audio that I do, I extract it, because I may need it. I may want to upload it on site. I may want to upload my Nice Beautiful audio program somewhere else. So I already do that. I do it in my Nice Beautiful Instagram in terms of my life. I post everything in terms of my audios in my entrepreneurship videos. You don't have to watch my videos. You can watch my audios in my Mega Drive right now. You don't have to go on YouTube Converter and go MP4 to MP3, because I already extract the audio, and you just go and sign up to Mega Drive and understand to download all my beautiful content into your phone, and understand to listen to all my podcasts into your phone right now. And it's very simple, but many people don't even want to sign up for free to listen to my information, because they're very egotistical and they've got nothing to do in terms of they have nothing to do. But I'm very passionate about what I do, so understand that my passion is understanding information products every single day, because I'm learning every single day, and I learn today everything in terms of life even more. So I'm always learning about my eye. I understand my eye every single day, because eye is something that's really making sure that every single day I've got something in terms, I have something in terms of I got myself to have a better life in terms of what I have. So I understand every single day I'm going and just developing my life in a different way. I understand when I do that, I'm always spreading that nice, beautiful information daily. I'm always giving that nice, beautiful audio program, because I understand that's what entrepreneurs do. I understand when I do that, I always have privacy about my life. So I understand that sometimes you need privacy. I realize when you go in the shower, you want to just be alone sometimes. I understand when you do that, you go and make sure every single day you go and be something more in your life. I understand when you go and do that every single day, I understand that there was just a homeless individual here, and I understand that it may not be a homeless individual, but somebody just sat over here and started to smoke a cigarette over here. I understand either way. I understand that he just left. I'm just going about and doing my life. But either way, when somebody sits next to you to listen to what you have to say, I mean, just talk over them and just speak, because sometimes what's important is understand the guy went to sit over there because he wants to give me some privacy over here. I understand either way, you got to give people privacy about their work and what they're doing, like the homeless man over there. And now, I don't know if he's homeless or not. I realize that anybody who's sitting on the street smoking and looks poor, I understand they may be homeless. So never judge them completely, please. I mean, never judge people. I mean, never judge other people. Just always estimate that they may be homeless. You understand? I mean, say they may be homeless. I don't know. I realize it looks like it. So either way, that if somebody's not homeless, you'll say that man doesn't look homeless. I realize that man does look homeless. Alright, now, is it correct? I mean, it's not correct. I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, it's not right. I mean, it's just a guess. I mean, I cannot guess anything other than what I can do. So I can understand that what I can do is anything. I can do anything. I mean, understand either way that the main idea of life is understanding that what you have must be more. You must have more of your life. You must have more to give. You must understand that when you're giving something, you're going to receive much more. But understand that what's important right now for your life is understand that it's not the plastic money, but giving the information is very important, because understand that it's about your professional development and how fast you can communicate. Because when you communicate, you'll be able to get on a video camera and you're going to be able to look great and you're going to be able to have a successful life even without plastic money. Because guess what? I realize that they just want you for plastic money. I realize that they are fake people. I mean, I understand Grant Cardone, for example, just wants plastic money. I mean, the guy just wants plastic money from you. I mean, the guy doesn't want to talk to you one-on-one without you giving him some plastic money, man. I mean, where's the love there? I mean, there's no love there. But guess what? I realize that Grant Cardone is my mentor, and I respect him. I love him so much. But understand, I don't hate Grant Cardone. I just understand that he doesn't ever want to speak to you unless you give him some plastic money. I mean, I want to speak to you if you have some ideas to give me. I want to speak to you. I want you to give me some ideas. I want you to come and I want you to come and coach me something. I want you to teach me something. But Grant Cardone doesn't want you to teach him nothing, because the guy already believes he knows everything, because he wants some plastic money already. So either way, I don't want plastic money. I already have it. I already have everything I have I already have everything I ever need. But understand that time is much more valuable than plastic money. So understand if they make you work a 9-to-5 job, understand you save up some plastic money, and then save up however much you need to make sure that you never have to work a 9-to-5 for 1 year or 3 months or 1 month or whatever. So get some time off. So understand I can live on $10 a day in terms of plastic money. I mean, understand that if I go save $1,000 in plastic money today, I realize that's 100 days of freedom I can do right now in terms of my life and more. Right now, the next year, I have plastic money to understand that I don't even have to work the next year in terms of the 9-to-5 job. And what does that mean? I mean, it means that I can go and do my content over here for the next year without having to work a 9-to-5 job. So what am I doing? I'm building my legacy. I'm giving you confidence. I'm communicating more. I'm building a popularity around myself. Because how do I do that? I do that through information giving. I'm driving information into the world. I'm driving help. I'm driving that idea to understand that if you want to be inspirational in life, you're giving that information. So I have 1 year of plastic money already in my pocket, so why would I go work for it? I mean, why would I work for plastic money when I have plastic money in my pocket already? I mean, I don't need the 9-to-5 job when I have plastic money already. I mean, 1 year of my life, I mean, why not? I mean, guess what? Either way, it's more than enough for 1 year. I mean, then what do? I'll go accumulate more plastic money then. I'll go accumulate more. I'll go get the money. I'll get the money and I make sure I save up for 1 year and then I fuck off the 9-to-5 job again. And then again, understand me now. That either way, you're aging as you're doing this. So either way, you want a family, you want some kids or something like that. So understand me now that single and be single for as long as you can until you get more popular. I mean, get more popular first and understand that eventually when you need to make a kid, you make one. You make one and it's so easy to make a kid. It's so easy to make a kid, but understand that kid, if you make it now and you don't have the plastic money behind you and you have to go work the 9-to-5, I realize the kid will take your time away and so will the 9-to-5. I mean, 9-to-5 work is working against you and so is the kid that you're working for. I mean, you don't work for a kid. You don't work for a 9-to-5 job. You work to boost your popularity because that kid is not going to help your legacy. That kid's not going to help your legacy. So why would you go make a kid? I mean, why would you make a kid? I mean, make your legacy big first. I mean, go make your legacy big. I mean, get so popular like Beyonce or like Oprah Winfrey or like Jesus and become something great first and then have a kid. I mean, now it's worth it to have a kid because you have a great legacy. But understand that many people go making kids and they make a kid or 5 kids or 6 kids and they have no legacy. I mean, they have nothing great in their life. I mean, they can say that their kids are great. I mean, are they great? I mean, really? I mean, why am I greater than you then? I mean, why am I doing more content than you? I mean, stop lying to yourself. I mean, yes, you are great. I mean, always call you great. I mean, always call yourself great. I mean, always call your kids great. But understand the difference here. I understand I delay kids 7 years now, even more. I delay kids. I can be single until I'm 28. I can be single for the next 5 years and 7 years. I don't need kids. I don't need kids. I need popularity. I want to have the spotlight. I want to be famous. I want to grow, baby. I want to be alone. I want to make sure I'm secure first before I even have a kid. I see Aboriginal people and black people and white people. I realize they're having kids. And some of them are using social security and government payments. And they're understanding that they're going that way. And guess what? I realize they're not resorting to improving themselves either. And they look poor. Well, 5 kids are running around them and she's obese. I mean, they're obese people. And they're very fat. And they need the government support. I mean, they need other people's support financially. I mean, do not need other people's support. Ever. I mean, you can do it on your own. I don't need your money. I don't need what you have. I already have what I have. I already have what I need. You understand? I have Jesus Christ Bible. I have more than enough in that. I mean, do you understand me? I don't need your ideas. I have Jesus Christ ideas. I mean, that's more than enough. But understand either way that I'm something much more today. I'm giving those ideas daily. Understand when I go and give those ideas daily, I go and make sure I'm inspiring. I'm always inspiring much more. I'm always promoting my name on the street now because either way, I understand that many people are going to come and watch me. You understand? I understand that my kids will come watch me too. But guess what? I make a greater legacy than them. I realize it's about my legacy over theirs. I'd rather go and give myself the time than give them the time. I realize just because they're my kids, I realize now, understand, I never raised them above me in terms of my eye. I I never raised my kids, bro. I never raised my kids above I raised myself much more than them. I love myself much more than my kids. I love myself more than anybody else. I mean, just because I had 5 kids, I mean, it doesn't mean I love them more than myself. I love myself more than them. I mean, do you understand? So understand that kids is not the solution either. So what is the solution? I mean, the solution is understand that no matter what your age is, you are early. You're very early into the game. Because over the next 72 years, you can write your journal. You can write videos. You can do audios every single day. I mean, 2 hours a day of videos. I mean, over the next year, you can make 600 hours of video content on Nice Beautiful YouTube and get started right now. I mean, you can make 12,000 hours of videos and more in your lifetime. I mean, come on. You can understand either way that you understand how I'm doing it. I'm giving you information because I understand that information is a commodity and that does not die. And it's really the truth of life. Although plastic money is a lie. Or else printed money is a lie. Everything that's printed is a lie. Now, what's printed is understand that this information printing that I'm doing is not a lie. I'm printing you information now. I'm printing information from my own resource. I'm giving you my own resources right now to give you those skills, to go motivate you to go do those nice, beautiful videos, but also making you smarter upon what I do so that you go follow my path, so that you go be more successful. I understand it's not about the money, man, in terms of the plastic. Or else there's 2 types of money. Or else there's plastic money, which is the outside world. And there's also wisdom money. I mean, wisdom money is something different, and that's what I'm giving you now. I'm giving you money. I'm giving you money now. I'm giving you the information, which is the money. So understand, when I give you more money, I'm giving you more information. And when I give you more information, I have more money. I mean, either way, you don't work for plastic money. You work for money in terms of wisdom and information. And you give that, and then you understand you have all the plastic money in the world, in the information you give. I realize when they're working for plastic money, I realize they go and lose it. Or else they're losing plastic money all the time. Because plastic money is something that you have to give to others, and they steal it from you. I mean, you gave it, or they understand they steal it from you too, because you're giving it. Or they understand that when you give, you never steal. You have to understand that it's really, that when I give you plastic money, I never gain that back in return. I realize now, when I give you wisdom, I gain more in return. I realize when I give you this, I gain even more. I never lost my information. I never lost the nice, beautiful information I gave you. But if I give you $1 billion now, you run off with it. Or else now, are you going to give it back? I mean, I don't know. But guess what? I gave you $1 billion. I mean, why? I mean, why are you so special? You have to understand, you have to go and grow. You have to be special. You have to be special. I realized some Asian guy went to me in terms of Melbourne and said, "You're special." I said, "I'm special." I realized because he wants the window down and I want it up because it's very hot. I was now, I wanted the window down and he wants it up because it's very cold. I realized that's the real information because it's in winter. I understand now, I'm not lying about that. I realize it's a winter, I realize it's winter, you understand? And I want the nice beautiful window down, but he wants it up every morning. Or else he comes up to me and says, "You're very special." I say, "I'm very special. I'm very special." You understand? Because he wants his way. Or else he wants it his way. So what did I do? I just left the whole freaking scenario. Understand? I understand, I don't never have to be around that guy anymore. Or else now, when I'm sleeping, I realize the window's up. You understand? Because that's making me sick. Or they understand that no matter what, that I never get sick because I know my eye now. I understand now when I give information, I understand that many people are chasing money in terms of plastic. You don't chase plastic, man, because that's printed and they're really lying to you. I realize they're lying to you that you must work like everybody else for plastic money. You don't work for plastic money, you work on your legacy. I realize now I'm watching the Stockcast today in terms of Robert Kiyosaki's nice beautiful Stockcast with some guys out there. I understand either way, these 2 guys are giving information, and now I watch economics every single day. I tune into George Gammon, I tune into Robert Kiyosaki, I tune into the Stockcast with Robert Kiyosaki in terms of these other 2 guys that are working for him. I understand either way, you have to understand that they're working to give you information either way. So I understand I never work for other people because I understand that working for other people means plastic money. I never work for other people, man. I mean, who did Jesus work for? I mean, Jesus works to help everybody, and that's that. Although Jesus doesn't work for other people. I mean, Jesus works for God. And now to work for God is to give the information. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm working for God. I'm giving that nice, beautiful information daily. So understand either way that when I go and tune into this nice, beautiful economics of the world, I tune into Gregory Mannarino and Gerald Celente and also Grant Cardone with real estate and also Ken McElroy in terms of real estate. And I have all these nice beautiful economics about real estate and the world trends and what's happening around the news in terms of the world, in terms of the global economy. I tune in every single day, because if I miss out on 1 year of that, I mean, that's full of information. I mean, that's full of information to tell me about what's going on around the world. So yes, I may get one idea from one idea. I may get a few ideas from every single video. I may not even get any ideas from those videos. But guess what? I realize now, I always gain an idea from that. I always gain an idea when every single time my mentors post a video. I mean, no matter what. I realize even if they don't teach me nothing in that video, I realize they're teaching me something to just keep going. You understand? I realize they're teaching me this best direction. Whether they teach me or not, I promise you now, they cannot teach me. I have to see that. I have to see everything that I teach. So understand either way that 1 year of information during the coronavirus, from March to December now, or as the coronavirus now is going on in the northern suburbs of Sydney, and they're just bullshit. I realize that's all bullshit, but understand that it's the media trying to just scare you around so that you go work for plastic money. And that's what everybody wants you to do, except I. I don't want you to work for plastic money. I want you to go and work for information. I want you to go and do what Jesus Christ is doing. And now, many people have this fake facade about Jesus Christ and false information. Now, understand now that false information is not really false information. Promise you now, my information and any type of information that anybody ever gives you is not false. Otherwise, it's the truth. Otherwise, now, understand that either way, the truth shall set you free. Otherwise, now, understand that no matter what you're doing, you understand that information is always increasing in life. Otherwise, now, more than ever, you have more than enough information today to succeed even more than ever before. I live better right now than all those people of the past. I live better now than everybody in the past. Now, guess what? I live better than Jesus Christ too. You have to understand that I live better than Jesus Christ. I have a phone. I mean, Jesus Christ doesn't even have a phone back then. I mean, understand it's the truth. I mean, let's just put it like that. I mean, I had sex with women. I realized that Jesus Christ never had sex with women. I mean, let's just put it like that. I have more than Jesus Christ in that manner. I have Sydney, Australia. I have Sydney, Australia, and Jesus Christ never had, or else Jesus Christ never had Sydney, Australia. I mean, I have Netflix. I have all these applications. I have these phones. I have these nice, beautiful vehicles. I have a tram. I have a plane. I have beautiful structures and beautiful big structures and architecture around Australia and all of this. I mean, I have more than Jesus Christ in that. I mean, let's just be honest. But guess what Jesus will say? I promise you, Jesus will say, I have my eye. Alright, now Jesus says, I have my eye too. I have my eye too. But guess what? Most people miss on the eye. I promise you, they miss out that eye. And understand the eye is something that's really, I love you. I realize they have no eye. I realize although Jesus does. And now Jesus is living far better than most of you today. I promise you, Jesus is not living better than me though, because I have my eye. I promise you now, understand, I'm doing far more than Jesus Christ now, because I understand my eye. And that's it. I promise you now, all I do is I lift Jesus Christ up. I point you to Jesus Christ every single day. I understand either way, but you must understand that beautiful life. I have no cigarettes. I'm not a smoker. I'm not a cigarette smoker. I thank you. I thank you very much. I realize either way, I understand no matter what, I understand that I just go and do my nice beautiful work. I understand when I go and do my beautiful work, I understand I always have something more to do. I always have something much more to give. So when I give it, I understand that this homeless lady, I don't know if she's homeless, but she went over here and there was a cigarette on the floor and she just picked it up to smoke it. I understand that either way, she was asking me for a cigarette. I said I have no cigarettes because I'm not a smoker of a cigarette. I understand that I smoke information, baby. I love information. I love to smoke information. Although I understand either way that there was a cigarette right here and somebody smoked it prior to her and then they threw it on the floor and they may have stepped on that too. And then she picked up somebody else's smoke and she put it in the mouth and she started to smoke it over there. I understand either way that you must understand that I can see something in my life. I understand that if you go and understand to elaborate your life in a different way every single day, you're going to be able to infrastructure your life. You're going to be able to architecture your life. You're going to be able to go and build these nice, beautiful scenarios of anything that you ever want in the information you're giving. But understand every single day that information is a commodity. And those who understand that information never falls in value, but only increases in value, will understand how to build a legacy. Because those who add more information into the market will help more than enough people to have a great legacy. I promise you, either way, it happens really quickly. So understand that when I just keep on going with my nice, beautiful, nice information, I do it nicer and nicer throughout time, and I build a nice, beautiful attitude about it, which is my work ethic. So when I go and work ethic myself every single day to go and really influence you about information products, I understand that way I'm more interested about I understand that way I go and really develop myself into this nice, beautiful information product that I really have right now, because I understand that a wife and kids does not interest me right now, because what interests me is building my legacy forward and staying away from plastic money. Although I have plastic money, guess what? I make sure that I have enough of plastic money. I don't go working for it, man. I go use the government's money in terms of the government, in terms of Centrelink in Australia. I use their plastic money and then I just go do my work. You understand? I just go and travel with their plastic money. I grab their plastic money, I'll go and travel somewhere else. And then I say I'll search for a 9-to-5 job. And then I understand that no matter what, I change areas anyway. And then what's going to happen is I just keep doing that. And I realize they allow me to do it. I realize now, is it illegal? I realize it's not illegal. I realize nothing is illegal in this life. But guess what? I realize it's made up rules. I realize everything is made up. So realize that if you guys ever understand that if you catch me out right here, you have to understand that nothing can catch me out. I understand it's really understand me and what I say. That everything I bury into nice, beautiful information so that I can help you. So if you try to catch me out based on plastic money and outside world tendencies like you did Lil Wayne, you have to understand it's really not the way to go, because I help people either way. So understand that I'm somebody much more than plastic money. So understand that many people want you to resort to plastic money because they believe it's the way. Or else plastic money and the outside world is never the way, because what is plastic money? Or else plastic money is the physicality of life. And now Jesus goes against physicality. You understand that Jesus is not really against physicality, although Jesus does not do physical work. You have to understand that it's really understand that Jesus understands that no matter what, that Jesus was here, for example, and now Jesus walks, and now that's physical. And now understand that Jesus doesn't go working for plastic money, for example. But understand that Jesus doesn't want you to save Jesus on the cross either. So what is that saying? Because if you go save Jesus on the cross, or else that's physical, isn't it? But Jesus says, no, you never save anybody from their life. You never save other people from getting killed. You never save them. You just let them get killed. You allow that. You allow it. Because that's something that's also spiritual. But anything that's physical is me having to go save you from somebody who's going to shoot you. Because guess what? I never have to do that because I may lose my life. So understand, Jesus doesn't want his disciples to lose, or else Jesus doesn't want his disciples to lose their life either. So what does Jesus do? Or else Jesus saves their life. Or else Jesus saved their life. Because that's how Jesus understands that Jesus may get killed, but at least the disciples will still be alive. And that's how you understand that if Jesus says, you must save me on the cross, or else the disciples will try it, but they'll fail. So what does Jesus say? Don't even bother. You understand? So realize that many people back then are in the army. And guess what? Realize they'll kill the 12 disciples because in the army, or else there's thousands of them. So either way, understand that physicality and brutality in terms of physical work, where I have to punch you and slap you in terms of life, and I have to whip you so you can work for plastic money, or else I'll never do that, because that's what the government today is doing. Or else they are whipping you, or else they're trying to whip you, and they're trying to teach you, like everybody else, to go work the 9 to 5 for plastic money, because they want you to be a low value resource. They want you to go build architectures of buildings and to go and hammer and to make that hard work happen. They want you to do that. I don't want you to go hammering anything in terms of physical. I don't want you to do physical work, because that's hard work. Or else now, what's this work? Or else this is spiritual work. Or else this is something spiritual that says, don't do hard work and go spiritual. Anything that's physical is hard work. So if I have to go and bash somebody for you, or else that's hard work for me, because I may get killed, I may get scratched, I may get stabbed, I may get hurt because of it. So anything that injures you is physical work. But spiritual work does not injure you, and it doesn't inhibit you to grow. So anything that understands that they go on top of a ladder, or else that some people go and get this nice beautiful money in terms of plastic money, although guess what? Or else the outside world is beautiful. And now understand that you can go and describe the outside world as much as you can, although realize either way that somebody goes and gets compo. And now what's compo? Or else compo is something where they fake an injury and they go on a ladder and they fall on purpose and they break the spine so that they can go and get some plastic money. Or else now they get the plastic money because they're working on a 5 job and they fall off the ladder and they have insurance and they say, because I fell off, I mean, you guys have to give me $3 million and get lost. Whereas now they get $3 million, but they have no spine, or they have no leg, or they have no arm, or they chop off their finger, or something like that. So either way, understand to never do that, and never go and get compo. Whereas now if you want to get compo, you go give it. You go give compo. You go give it. And now what's giving compo? Otherwise you're giving information. But those people who have to go and fall to injure themselves, or to do anything that is a scam in terms of life, where they want you to give them plastic money so that they can make you more plastic money. Otherwise that is a scam. Otherwise now it's really Bitcoin mining and stock market exchange and the Bitcoin. So they want you to put money in terms of plastic money into the stock market, and they want you to leave your plastic money into the stock market. And now when you leave your plastic money in the stock market, you can never withdraw it. Because if you withdraw it, I mean, what's the point of putting your money into the stock market? Because the stock market is always rising, and now they understand that, and that's the trick, to get you to work for plastic money and then put it into the stock market, so that eventually in 50 years time, you may make $100,000. I mean, you may give $1 million of your money that you work for into the stock market, but you can never withdraw it. I mean, how stupid is that? I mean, either way, you may make $1,500,000 in 50 years time though. But you can never withdraw the money until the 50 years happens. I mean, it's so stupid. So what's happening right here, or what's happening is they're scamming people, and they're giving people false information that Bitcoin is something, and that cryptocurrency is the way to go, and that plastic money and working for the 9-to-5 job is the way to go, and that you must go and work for real estate because you want plastic money. Whereas now, understand, it's not about plastic money. Otherwise, it's about legacy. And understand that it's about spiritual work. So, Grant Cardone, for example, will go and travel thousands of miles to gain real estate. And now, guess what? Otherwise, he will make some plastic money on that. But guess what? He's working for plastic money and not his legacy. I realize now he has the plastic money, but guess what? I realize he has a legacy here and there. I realize he has a legacy in other formats. But guess what? I realize he's wasting his time. Otherwise, he's wasting his time accumulating all these real estates, because he's working for the plastic money. So if you go 9-to-5 job now and you just work for plastic money and you don't work for your legacy, I mean, guess what? You're just wasting time, just like Greg Cardone. And even though you have a jet, man, I mean, you go and work for plastic money. You don't work for plastic money. You just make sure that you understand that many people want you to work the plastic money world. Or they want you to go and work for politics so that you can make people work the 9-to-5 job, because that's what they believe in. Or else they believe in terms of politics, or else they believe it's you against I. Or else they want to like that. I mean, they want the world to be against each other. I'm not against you. I'm not against anybody. Understand now, people are against me in terms of my life and what I do. Or else now, I'm not against anybody because I'm giving you this information for free. But understand that when you go for a seminar, or somebody's doing a public speaking event somewhere, and they say, you guys have to understand that if you ever want this information, for example, you guys can go into my website and you can subscribe online for $200 a month. And understand, either way, you get all this information, and we're going to add an extra bonus, and we're going to give you the nice, beautiful PDF file of success. I mean, they're trying to sell you money in terms of plastic money, because guess what? Or else they don't even have your best interest in mind. Because I have your best interest in mind. I don't need to sell you for plastic money, man. I just like to give it to you. You understand? Because that's a true heart. I don't need your plastic money. I mean, they need your plastic money. I mean, that's a scam artist who needs your plastic money. Whereas those people who need your plastic money are scamming you right off the get-go, because information is for free. Or else, why is Jesus not asking you for plastic money? I mean, go and follow Jesus and understand that Jesus will never ask you for plastic money, because Jesus understands that Jesus wants you to become better than Jesus Christ, because that's why Jesus Christ gives you all that information. Understand? So when you go to a seminar or public speaking event and you see somebody who is like JT Fox, for example, and he starts doing this nice, beautiful public speaking gig, and 50 people are going to sign up to his nice, beautiful program and give him 5,000 plastic money. And each of them are going to do it. Or now 50 times 5,000, I realize how much is that? Or that's 250,000 in plastic money he just made in 1 hour of his nice, beautiful public speaking speech. But guess what? Or else he scammed them all completely. Or else now I'll go and do the same thing, although I'll never ask you to go and give me 5,000 in plastic money. I mean, now who's scamming who? You understand JT Fox is scamming you for plastic money because he's asking you for 5,000 in plastic money, but I'll never ask you for that plastic money. You understand? So realize, either way, I mean, who's bigger? I mean, who has a bigger legacy? I mean, of course I do. I'll never even ask you for the plastic money that you need. I mean, yeah, I understand that many people are very desperate for success in terms of that, and they're actually giving him the plastic money. And he's making money. And now, is it dirty money? Or else, yes. Or else that's dirty money. Or else plastic money is dirty money. Or else that's called money laundering. Or else now JT Foxx is doing bloody what? I mean, that's money laundering. You have to understand, although, guess what? I realize he's asking people for some plastic money. Although, guess what? I realize either way, I love JT Foxx. I love everybody. I don't hate anybody. But guess what? I don't have to ask you for plastic money, man. I mean, he's desperate for some plastic money because guess what? Or else he wants to live life doing his work. But guess what? He doesn't care about you. I care about you because I don't want that plastic money of yours. I want you to go and do what I do. He wants to grab that $5,000 that you're feeding your little kids with so that you have no money in terms of plastic. Although guess what? Plastic money is not worth anything. You have to understand that whatever he's working for is a stupid way. You have to understand that the stupid way is that he is trying to convince you of plastic money in the first place. He is going around the seminar and guess what? I realize either way, I realize 50 people are clarifying what he's saying. And they agree that everybody must go work for plastic money and give it to somebody else who asks for it. And that's total bullshit. Whereas if I see 100 people giving $1 million to somebody else because he asked for it, because of his information, well, that's bullshit. I just go ask you for that same thing, but guess what? No, I never need to ask you for plastic money. Because guess what? I realize if I have to withdraw $1 million from you in terms of plastic so that you can go and find this video, is it worth it? I'm worth more than $1 billion in life. I'm worth more than what I asked for in plastic money. Whereas now he's worth $250,000, JT Foxx, or else JT Foxx. I'm priceless. You cannot put a price on me. You cannot put a price on my information. Or else now his information is priced in terms of his life. So either way, or else now when you go and find out really that once you read this nice beautiful video, or else now you gave me $5,000 in plastic money. I actually asked you for it. And now you gave it to me, and now you finish off this video right now you just finished off the video. That's it. That's the $5,000 plastic money you gave me. Is it worth it? It's just information that I give you. Now, that's a scam. Let's just say that the video is finished right now, but you gave me $5,000 in plastic money to hear this information. Is it worth it? Guess what? I say yes. I say yes. I'll show you something. I'll show you this right here is worth more than that. I realize it's worth more than that, but guess what? I realize that information is priceless. You can never even put a price on it. You can never put a price on this information. You can never put a price on this information. This is worth $5,000. This is priceless. Now, if you understand that no matter how much plastic money you give me, this information is freedom. I give you freedom of choice. Whether or not you want to give me plastic money or not, you can come and see me and say, Daddy Milivojevic, I'll give you $100 in terms of plastic money because you helped my little son. Thank you, man. I never asked for it. I never asked you to give me plastic money in the first place. And so realize, if you choose to give me plastic money, well, that's because of you and not because of I. You understand? And now, if somebody convinces you to go give them plastic money and you do it, otherwise it's nobody's fault but yours. But guess what? You just made yourself smarter in the process anyway, to never do it again. Because understand that man is going to come again, and JT Foxx will come next year, and will give the same speech in a different way, and he'll say he has some new products this time, and this time he developed a new and this time he developed a new strategy, and this strategy is worth $10,000 this time, and not $5,000. How does he make you look poor over here? He makes you look poor, huh? If you only have $8,000 in your bank account in plastic money, and he says his product is worth $10,000, he makes you look poor. He makes you look like a shit cunt. He makes you look very stupid. Understand? So what do? You say, I'm smarter than you, man. I don't need your stupid product. And that's that. I don't need your stupid product because you don't have the best interest for me. You don't have business with me, man, I realize that nothing comes in between my information. You understand? I realize now, what comes in between my information? I realize now that money in terms of plastic, now I realize that it never comes between I and my information. I never put a barrier here to say you must give me 5,000 in plastic money so that I can give you this video. I mean, understand who JT Fox is, and understand that Grant Cardone does that too. I mean, understand that. I mean, now, I understand that on Amazon, for example, I understand either way that their legacies will always be that. I mean, guess what? I realize they price themselves like that. You understand? Because I go give the truth of what I see. And now, if he goes and says that he never goes and asks people for $5,000 for his information in terms of JT Fox and Grant Cardone, when that guy goes and says he's worth $100,000 per hour, I mean, you're going to give him $100,000 in plastic money per hour? I'm worth more than that. I'm just more worth than him now. I have more worth. I have more legacy than him. I mean, what? I mean, what's he going to say to me? I mean, he has to say yes, and that he done that. I asked somebody as well, asked for $50,000 before to just do a 1 hour seminar in terms of a 1 hour podcast. But guess what? I realized that was the first time, and I realized that first time is the ever in terms of life. And I realized in terms of life, where I ever asked. I mean, just one time, and I only asked for that online. I didn't go in front of people to ask. You understand? I never went in front of people to ask for money in terms of plastic, in terms of my contents. Whereas now, I understand either way that Grant Cardone is somebody who was teaching me that and saying, you must price yourself, man. You must understand you have to go and price every single product you have and do different prices on those products, and they cannot say no. Whereas now, if I go price my video here at $20, and my other one at $15, and my other one at $8, but my other one's $5,000, and then my other one is $200, and then my other one's $5,500, and then my other one is $1, and my other one is 50 cents, and I mean, if I price all the price ranges, or else you can never say no then. I understand that. I mean, how can you say no? I mean, yes, I can do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell you for money. I realize that plastic money is not important, and I don't work for plastic money. I don't work for plastic money. I don't want to price you on every single price tag. I realize now, I understand if I price every single one of my content on every single price that you can never deliver in life, I mean, of course you're going to say yeah. I mean, of course you'll say yeah to my product. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, that's what he's teaching me to do. I don't want to do what you're teaching. I don't want to do that because I look at Jesus Christ, and is Jesus Christ doing that? Of course you know. Of course, Jesus Christ is teaching you, go and do the Bible for free. And don't ask for people in return. I mean, don't ask for information in terms of, I mean, ask for information. I mean, always ask people for information. But don't ask people for plastic money. You understand? Because Jesus Christ never had a plastic money dollar or a gold dollar or a silver dollar in his pocket. But guess what? I realize that Jesus Christ will say that my silver dollar and my plastic dollar and my gold dollar is my wisdom that I give you. Whereas now, that's everything. I mean, that's everything. Although, realize this, I don't want you to go and do what Grant Cardone is doing. I don't want you to go and do what Tony Robbins is doing. I don't want you to go and do what they're doing. I don't want you to go and do what anybody else is doing except what Jesus Christ is doing today. You understand? Because that's the only way. I go and do what Jesus Christ is doing, and then here I am. You understand? So realize either way that Jesus Christ is my mentor. And he's my, I realize now, understand, he's my far best one. But guess what? I realize he teaches me the most. And now, is that a lie or not? I realize, no. Although, yes, I understand either way. I understand I'm teaching myself Jesus Christ. I realize now Jesus Christ is giving me that information though. I have to follow it. I have to follow something in life. I have to follow some kind of information. So why not follow the first teacher of the world? I mean, why not just follow Jesus Christ now? You understand? So either way, understand that when you go to these nice, beautiful seminars around you, in your town, or is it going to say $50 before you even enter the door? I mean, yeah? I don't even need you. I don't need your product. I don't need you. I can just go create my own product. I mean, ta-da, I don't have to go watch Grant Cardone anymore. I don't have to go and watch them. I don't have to go and give them plastic money to live my life and to have much better or whatever. I don't have to give them plastic money to have much more information. I create my own information. I create my own product every single day. I mean, do you understand? I mean, when I create my own product every single day, I don't have to give you plastic money to get your product. I mean, what did Jesus Christ do? I mean, Jesus Christ says, Jesus Christ is just giving his own knowledge. I mean, he understands far more than everybody else there. I mean, he will never even think about giving you plastic money. Because understand that he's the one who's creating it. Because Jesus Christ doesn't need anybody else but Jesus Christ to give that information. I don't need anybody else to give my information except I. Portion, that's how Jesus wants you to do. Portion, Jesus Christ wants you to say I over Jesus Christ. Portion, Jesus Christ wants you to put your I first. And Jesus Christ understands that he said in his Bible, and he said, don't cut the I out. And it's not this I, or else it's I love you. Or else I is spelled also E-I in terms of E-Y-E. Although I love you. I speak about the I love you. I mean, he said, don't cut the I love you out. I for insect. I for inspiration. I for an idea. I mean, that's something important. But guess what? I realize that either way, I'm doing my nice, beautiful content today, aren't I? Because guess what? I don't work the 9 to 5 like these idiots. I work 24/7, baby. I understand that I just went online and I contacted my mentors. I understand I contacted 8 of them and 5 of them see my message. Otherwise, they're all millionaires and billionaires and people who love to do Jesus work. I understand either way now. I go to Grant Cardone and I say to him, you want money, man? You want money? I'll give you some plastic money, man. I just like to tease him like that because he values plastic money more than your life. I mean, the guy's plastic. I mean, the guy's fake in this regard. Although, guess what? Whereas Grant Cardone gives you free information, just like I do. I mean, he'll go on YouTube and he'll go and create all this content for free, and he'll give it to you for free. And now I love that about Grant Cardone. I love that kind of facade, which is not a facade, but it's the truth. That he loves to actually help you. Or else he loves to actually help you for free. And it's not always about the money in terms of plastic with him. But in other ranges, or else he wants the plastic money off you. In other ways. Or else now, you cannot do that. Or else now, understand that you can do anything, but guess what? Or else it's not the way. Or else it's not the way that you make your life. And now, he goes and really tries to get into your skin about his jets and about the car he drives. And then when he's driving a car, or else he drives a Jeep. Or else he drives a Jeep. I mean, he won't get under your skin about that. Or else he'll say, he just has it for driving, man. I mean, he just has a Jeep for driving, man. I mean, when he gets a jet out, I mean, he'll say, I mean, look what I made over here. I love it. I mean, look what I made. I mean, do you see my nice, beautiful jet over here? I mean, do you understand my cabinet over here has a wine in it? And do you understand over here, you can even put your legs on it, man. You can even put your legs on it, man. I mean, why do I do this, man? I'll go around the world to get real estate with this nice, beautiful jet. I mean, that's Grant Cardone. I mean, ask him about his car, though. I mean, he would say, I mean, the car's not important, man. I mean, he understands, though, that somebody has a better car than him. I mean, that's why he doesn't talk himself up here. I mean, do you understand the fake facade over here? I mean, when you have something more in terms of him than possessions, I mean, he won't talk himself up. I mean, he will say, I mean, it's just a Jeep. I mean, I just use it for a family car, man. I mean, but when you don't have a jet, though, I mean, when you don't have a jet and he has a jet, I mean, he will try to rub it at you. I mean, he'll say, I mean, you don't even have a jet, man. You don't even listen to me. I have a jet, man. I have a jet, brother. I'm mafia over here. I understand when I go and put my nice beautiful legs in the jet like this, I'll get the cabinet over here. I get my laptop because the cabinet of the jet, I mean, he always comes back to the jet. And he says, I have a laptop over here, man. I mean, I have a pilot as well. I have a pilot. I mean, this jet, I mean, he took me around the world today in terms of this year in 2020. I realized he said 19 times that he's been around 19 countries in 2020 with his jet, because otherwise it's almost impossible. Whereas now it's not even impossible to travel with the coronavirus going on in terms of the pandemic, which is just a topic, and it's not really a coronavirus, that it's just a fake facade of a trend that they're trying to scare people to go and work the 9 to 5 job for plastic money, and they're locking up Australia because they want people in Australia to work the 9 to 5 job, and they're not allowing people to travel anywhere, and they're firing people from their jobs as well. You understand? I mean, they're firing people from the 9 to 5 job as well. I mean, why? Because plastic money, and they're printing money. or else they're printing money. So understand that they want you to work government jobs. Or else now, if you work in government jobs, or else they'll never fire you. Or else now, if you're not working a government job, or else they fire you because you're not working for the government. I never work for the government, and you can never fire me. You can never fire me. I'm my own boss. I'm my own CEO. In a sense, so either way, understand that if JT Fox asked me to work for him, or anybody, in terms of Grant Cardone or anybody, even Tony, or else even Tony Robbins, I'll not work for them. I'll not work for them at all. You understand? Because I understand that they try to sell you for money. I make my events for free. You understand? So either way, my events are always going to be for free. You understand? So either way, understand that what's important is I never work for other, or else I never work for another individual. Or else if you want to work for me, you work for yourself. Or else if you want to work for me, do what I do. And that's it. I mean, you don't have to come and be with me and be my assistant. You don't have to be my assistant. I want you to create your own legacy. You understand? But Tony Robbins, for example, or else he wants you to go work at a specific orchestra, so that, guess what? You come there at a certain time, and then you have to call other people, and then you have to go and give them money. I mean, you have to go understand this, that what you're giving is really wisdom, but understand that they're working for money. And guess what? Or else Tony Robbins is giving them money in terms of plastic to work for him. I'll never give you plastic money so you can work for me. Or else Grant Cardone also. Or else now, that's the truth. I mean, let's just put it like that. I mean, what? I mean, what's Tony Robbins going to say? I love Tony Robbins, but guess what? Or else I'm the truth. I mean, I'm the truth. I mean, he's going to say, how are you going to make your money, man? I make my money like Jesus Christ. I mean, what? I mean, what are you going to say? I understand no matter what, I never stop for anything, but guess what? I understand I never need you to work for me for plastic money, man. I never need to give you plastic money so you can work for me. I need you to work for me now by working on yourself, and that's it. I mean, understand that when they go and make these big 500 companies and they have 500 employees, like Apple company and McDonald's and all these companies around the world who have employees, or they're making people work for plastic money, and that's not good. You don't make people work for plastic money in life. You never do that, but the governments want you to do that because they are taking control, and they're trying to say that either way, that they are printing the money in terms of plastic, and they want you to work for plastic because they're printing it. So let me get my own printing machine to play. I'll print my own plastic money, or else they don't want you to do that because guess what? Or else they put you in jail. I mean, who is controlling the life? I mean, criminals. I mean, do you understand? I mean, criminals want you to go and work for money, and that's the police force. I mean, the police is the one that knocks on your door to take you to jail, because they're the ones who agree with the prince and money, and they're working for prince and money, or else they're working for the criminals. I understand that police are working for prince and money. I mean, they're in the trap themselves, and they just put you in jail. I mean, they don't give a fuck about you. I mean, how good is that? But guess what? Or else either way, understand that Lil Wayne has to go to jail for 10 years because he's holding a plastic gun. I mean, he's just holding it. I mean, that's like me coming into your house and saying, because you hold a plastic phone, I'll put you into a jail for 10 years. I mean, that's not fair. I mean, it's not fair. I mean, what? I mean, what's the difference between a plastic phone and a plastic gun? I mean, it can be a metal gun. I mean, metal and plastic is the same shit. I mean, did Lil Wayne kill anybody? Or else not? Or else they're making rules up. Or else they can say now that if you wear certain shoes, or else they'll put you in jail for 10 years. I mean, that's the same as Lil Wayne. I mean, it's so stupid about what happened. I understand either way that Lil Wayne is a rapper and I support him. But guess what? I understand that guy just wants to carry a plastic gun around. I mean, let him. I mean, did he kill anybody? Or else not? I mean, he never killed anybody. I agree with it. But will I carry a plastic gun? Or else no. Because guess what? Or else they're making up the laws, aren't they? Or else they're making it up. Or else they're making up laws. And they're pinning down everybody with that. Or guess what? You guys are not pinning me down. I never need to carry around a plastic gun or a metal gun. I don't need that. I don't need it in the first place. I mean, what am I going to do with a plastic gun? I mean, go shooting it around somewhere? I mean, what am I going to do with that? I mean, am I going to do that all the time? I mean, no. I mean, I just go to the nice beautiful range where you can actually shoot a gun, and I'll shoot a gun there. I mean, I don't have to carry a gold gun with me anywhere. I mean, I don't have to be Lil Wayne carrying a gun on a jet, which is my private jet. I don't have to do that, because I go to the gun range and I go shoot guns there, and that's that. I mean, come on, man. I understand that they're making these rules up, but guess what? You follow the rules, because otherwise you get to jail. I mean, I don't want you in jail. I don't want you in jail, but guess what? Even if you go to jail, you're not in jail. You're not in jail. I mean, nothing can put you in jail, but guess what? Otherwise, he's innocent. Otherwise, many people are innocent in jail right now. Otherwise, if somebody goes and kills somebody, otherwise now, it's not their fault. I promise you, everybody is unaware. I'm unaware to a certain extent, but am I really? I'm not unaware. I'm not unaware because I know my eye. I know my eye, but everybody else is unaware about life. And they're unaware, really. I'm not unaware anymore. I have consciousness, fully, because I understand how to give you that information and how to get it and how to understand that success is who has no plastic money. I mean, who has no plastic money today? I mean, that's the most successful man or woman. Because I understand Jesus Christ has no plastic money in his pocket. Although a woman love a man with plastic money. I mean, if you have $2,000 and another man or woman has $3,000, I mean, sorry. I mean, this man or woman has $3,000. I mean, they go for the plastic money, man. I mean, do you understand? I mean, guess what? You don't need them in the first place. You understand? I mean, you shine $200 in plastic money at them and they'll give you their asshole as well. I mean, the escorts, I mean, they'll give you the asshole. I mean, they'll give you the pussy. I mean, you can always rent them out with plastic money. I mean, they sell themselves they're slaves for plastic money. I mean, any type of figure that you want in life, I mean, just give them plastic money and you can fuck them. I mean, that's the kind of world you live in. I mean, where's the self-worth there? I mean, they're giving their self-worth for plastic money. You understand? So understand that what's important here is not plastic money, but your self-worth. So understand that I may have how much plastic money I have, but I have more in terms of how much I've given you in information than the plastic money I have. Because I understand that plastic money is not my resort, and it's not the solution either. But Dean Graziosi will say, I mean, money, in terms of plastic, solves problems. I mean, it doesn't solve problems, mate. I mean, it doesn't. I understand he gets into real estate and everything. I promise you, it does not solve problems, and he never will. I promise you, the outside world will never solve your problems. You understand? And now, guess what? I realize it's honest. And now, understand either way that Dean Graziosi, I understand either way that he may have said money only. But guess what? I realize that he's into real estate. I realize now, what is he really talking about? I realize he can be talking about giving money too. I realize that I'm not the one to judge anybody but I. I understand that when you go and find out the truth, you go and set free. You go and give the information. I understand that when you go and call somebody out from the past and you really give a video about them and you send it to them and you send it to the crowd of the past and you make this nice beautiful video about them, otherwise they're going to go and promote you everywhere. Otherwise when you do that, you have power over them. And it means they're going to promote you all the time. So make sure you understand you can go and do that too. You can send these nice beautiful pitch kamate or something like that in terms of words, in terms of swear words at somebody, and guess what's going to happen? Or else they'll go and promote you like that. Promotion because you said so. Or else either way, if you're better than yesterday, you win. You win either way, and you get negative promotion, but guess what? You are somebody that's just really understanding that you're really smart about it, and then guess what? I realize they're going to capture your words, and they're going to hold on to your resenting words. But guess what? You're not resenting, you're just being honest. And then guess what? I realize they're going to be the ones who are resenting you about what you said. Because they're holding on to the past of what you said. Because when I judge you, I then hold on to what you say, and I never forgive you about it. I always make sure that I forgive you. So I understand, I never hold on in terms of what you say, because I don't hold grudges. So anybody who's holding grudges today is, they may say something, and another individual grabs hold of that information and holds a grudge about it. And they hold you to that because they believe you are that information. I mean, out of all the words and sentences you've ever said in your life, I mean, they pick out one sentence that you said and they judge you upon it and they say they crucify it, or else they crucify you on it, or else they crucify you on it. I mean, they believe that totally of you, and they believe that you're the scum who said this. You understand? But guess what? I give 600 hours of video content, and they never even started their YouTube channels to help you. And they're holding on to a sentence that I said, because I made it like that. I'm so smart that I go and see who's sharing around those videos, and they send it back to me. Or else they send it back to me, and I understand when they send it back to me in terms of those videos that I said, or else they're the ones that are holding grudges against me. I understand or else they are the haters, or else they're egotistical people, and they just are jealous about it all. So they're going to take my words in terms of what I said about them, in terms of Serbian pussies and all that, or else that when I say that, or else that all the Serbian pussies will get together, and they will really understand that information. Because guess what? Or else they judge me upon that. So they're Serbian pussies. You understand? I understand the Serbian pussies will collect themselves together when I say Serbian pussies. And understand they're going to get that information, or else they're going to cut it to where I said it. And they're going to go spread it to all the Serbian pussies out there. And understand that the Serbian pussies are going to come together into one hall, and they're going to say, fuck Danny, and fuck Milivojevic Danny. I mean, they're going to resent me. They're going to fucking resent me. Because guess what? Or else they're Serbian pussies, aren't they? Because they get a sentence, or else they get a sentence and they hate me for it. And then they're going to really rebel against me because of the Serbian pussies. Because I said Serbian pussies. I realize either way, or else they're stupid people, so that's why I do it. And then they hold on to the Serbian pussy remark, and then they hold on to it all the time. And or else that's what they are all the time, because they're holding on to it. Or else they're holding on to it. I love it. I love it. Or else if I call you a Serbian pussy, and you say, what did you say? And you hold on to it, and then you start sharing the Serbian pussy around that I said. Well, that's what you are. Because you're sharing it. You're sharing the Serbian pussy remark everywhere. You understand? So either way, or else then what you do is when you're doing that, you're then going to go everywhere around that. And you're going to say, look what this guy said. And he said that we're all Serbian pussies. or else then they're going to go share it 50 years later. 50 years later, guess what this guy is? Well, this guy said over here that we're all Serbian pussies. 50 years later, you're still holding on to the sentence. Of course you guys are Serbian pussies when you're really holding on to the information. Come on. Either way, they get together, all the Serbian pussies of Australia, they start saying, fuck Danny Milivojevic, the guy's a fucking pussy, whatever. I don't care, call me whatever you want. I don't hold on to it because I love you guys anyway. But either way, they hate me, or else they hate me. They want the Serbian pussy remark. They love that. They're going to take it to the grave with them. I love that. So either way, I love pussy, I love everything, you understand? I realize either way, that I'm just something that loves everything. I understand when I go and grow daily, I'm never a facade, but I'm giving you that nice beautiful knowledge so you understand to be smart. Or else when you be smarter and smarter and smarter, you're really going to do something. You're going to really go forward. You're going to really understand how to really evacuate your systems in a way that you're giving that knowledge. You're giving that knowledge every single day, and you're understanding that no matter what, that nothing can stop you from doing that nice beautiful content of yours. Because guess what? I have a nice beautiful light over here as well. So guess what? I have a nice light over here. I can always do my content. I understand when I do my content, I give you the information you deserve. I understand when I do that, I communicate in a different way all the time. I understand that either way, I never work for money in terms of plastic. I work for money though. I work for money, that's wisdom. Whereas money is wisdom, but plastic money is also wisdom. Although guess what? Whereas everything in the outside world is wisdom. Whereas everything in the outside world is wisdom, but I don't work for the plastic money. I don't work for plastic money. I work to understand that anything that you need in life, you have it now. You understand? You don't need plastic money to live a life. You don't need to go to a 9-to-5 job right now to get plastic money to live life. You don't need that. You just need to understand that you just need yourself. But understand that either way, that everything in life is wisdom. And the outside world is wisdom, and also the inner world. But guess what? I realize that you are not from this world, as Jesus said. So never work for the outside world. Now, guess what? I realize the outside world is wisdom. And now Jesus says yes. I realize everything is wisdom. But guess what? Jesus does not work for the outside world. Whereas now, it's like me saying, I have to work for you. I never have to work for you. But that's what they're saying. Whereas now, that's what the crowd is doing. And the crowd's always working for you. Why do you want the crowd to work for you? Why? Why don't you make them work for themselves and not for you? Why do you want to work for me? I want you to work for yourself. I want you to work for you. You get it? But they want everybody else to work for you. I mean, why? I mean, why are you so special? I mean, why do you want to work for me for? I mean, why do you want people to work for you? I mean, you work for you and let them work for themselves. I mean, isn't that nice? I mean, why do you have to work for me for? I mean, if you want them to work for you, I mean, then you come work for me. I mean, why? I mean, it's fair now. I mean, it's so fair now because you want everybody else to work for you. You come work for me. I'll give you something to do. I mean, do you understand? I mean, do you understand? I want you to go work for yourself. I want them to work for themselves. I want to work for myself. Whereas now, guess what? Whereas now we have mutual respect. Whereas now we have respect going on because understand that if you want to work for me, I will never allow you to work for me. Although guess what? I allow you to work for me in a different way. I allow you all the time. I'm always allowing you. But I never ever will give you plastic money so you work for me. You understand? And now guess what? I understand that many people are doing that today. And they're going to the shopping center, for example, and they're giving plastic money to get some food and drink. But guess what? Or else who's delivering the food and drink? And who is making the food and drink? Or else people who are working for plastic money. And now they're working, or else, and now they are working so that you have food and drink in the supermarket. And then you're giving that plastic money to get food and drink. But guess what? You have to now. I mean, you have no choice. Or else they've taken your choice away from you. Or else they've taken your choice away from you. I mean, yes, because they're printing plastic money. And they're trying to take away your choices in life. I mean, they're trying to take away your freedom. I mean, the government is saying that if you don't work for plastic money, then you will never have food in the supermarket. You understand? So realize that you never work for plastic money. I mean, that's a scam. Or else now, what's a scam? Or else a scam is working for plastic money. But understand that what you never work for is plastic money because you need to work for information giving. Because when you go and work all your life for just plastic money, I mean, have you given me anything? You never gave me nothing. You never gave me information. You never gave me information to help my life. You just went to work for plastic money. I mean, that's that. I mean, you just went to live your life so that you can be nothing in life and so that you can just be a little small whatever, and so that you just go and fit in with the rest of the crowd because that's what they're all doing. Or they're just working for money because that's what they're told to do. I'm not told to work for plastic money because I choose never to do it. I take my choice back. I get my choice back to never work the 9 to 5 for plastic money, no matter how much they're saying to work for it, because I'll never work for plastic money. You don't work for plastic money, you give the information. You give information over plastic money. You understand? Because guess what? I understand either way. I have no choice. I have no choice but to give plastic money to get food and drink, because how else will I give you this information? I mean, otherwise I'll die. So I have to give you some plastic money to work on 9 to 5, since you're already working on 9 to 5 anyway. You are already working on 9 to 5, aren't you? I mean, why do you blame me for that? I mean, why do you farmers out there and supermarket gurus and whatever you are, I mean, why do you have to work at the cash register today when I go to a town hall station and Woolworths over there? I mean, why do you have to go work at the supermarket when I give you plastic money? I mean, why do you have to be there? I mean, that's your choice. I mean, that's you, and that's not me. I mean, I didn't choose for you. I didn't choose for you. I want you to go and work for yourself and not work for the plastic money like I am. I'm not working for plastic money, but if you're caught in a trap of working for plastic money, I'll give you the plastic money because I have no choice. Or else I have a choice all the time. I always have a choice, but since they're printing the money, or else they're trying to take away people's choices. Or else now when they say you must never have a handgun around you, otherwise you go face 10 years of prison like Lil Wayne. I mean, they're taking away your choices in life. So what do? You never carry a gun around anyway. Because why do you want to go to prison? Like Lil Wayne. And now Lil Wayne didn't do anything, let's say, evil about that. I mean, he's not evil about that, but they're calling him evil. I mean, they just fully crucify him for 10 years of his life. And the guy's a superstar. I mean, do you understand? I mean, if you ever have a plastic gun on you and you carry it and the police say, "What's that?" You say, "It's not mine." I say, "It's not mine." I mean, just never admit that it's yours. I mean, say it, or does it say it, or does it say it's not mine? I mean, how can you own a plastic gun? I mean, Jesus said you can never own anything from this world. I mean, how can Lil Wayne say that it's his plastic gun? I mean, it's not even his gun. I mean, he may be carrying around, or else is he really? Or else he can say, I'm not carrying around, or else it's not even on me. I don't know what it's doing there. I don't know why it's in the jet. I don't know why it's in my bag. Or else it's not mine. Or else now, how are they gonna really crucify you? I mean, how are the police gonna really find out that it's your plastic gun? I mean, they have no evidence to support that it's your plastic gun, even if it's in your bag. I mean, somebody could have just dropped it in the plastic bag in terms of your bag. I mean, it's not yours, but guess what Lil Wayne does? Or else Lil Wayne goes and says that it's his plastic gun. Or else it's not his plastic gun. Or else it's not his metal gun. Or else it's a golden gun. I mean, it's not his gun. I mean, how can you own the outside world? I mean, Jesus says you cannot own anything in the outside world. I mean, what is a golden gun then? I mean, that's the outside world. I mean, that's the outside world. I mean, you cannot even own that. I mean, are you able to go and grab real estate or a plastic gun and go and take it into your grave and die with it and then go up into heaven somewhere with the gun in terms of the plastic gun? I mean, no. I mean, understand that everything in terms of this life you cannot own except the information you have. So the information is going into your grave. You understand? Or else information is something that's eternity. But understand that Lil Wayne doesn't even know what he said. Or else, and these people are crucifying him that he's evil. Or else they're scamming him and they're laughing at him right now. Or they're laughing at him. Or they're laughing at Lil Wayne. But guess what? I realize Lil Wayne will always live with my heart. You understand? Or else he'll always live in my video. You understand? So realize either way that the police are dirty criminals. Or else the police are very dirty because they follow dirty rules. Or else the justice system is a dirty rule. Or else it's so dirty. Or else if you don't follow their rules, I probably should have put you in jail. And how fair is that? Or else now, if you don't follow Jesus Christ's rules, or else now what happens with that? Or else now you'll find out what. Or else if you go kill somebody in Jesus' name, you'll find out why it doesn't work. I mean, eventually you'll find out. And eventually, if everybody lets you live life even longer while you're killing people and killing people and killing people, you eventually become wiser about it and you'll say, fuck. And you'll say, I killed all these people. I understand it's so stupid. I'll never do it again. I realize that's what Jesus' Bible law is. I realize Jesus doesn't stop you. I mean, go. But guess what? Thou shalt not kill. You have a choice all the time. You can do whatever you want. You can kill people, you don't have to kill people. You understand? But guess what? I realize Jesus will not put you in prison for killing people. I realize Jesus laws will not put you in prison. I realize Jesus' laws says you go and test life and you'll find out for yourself what the truth is. But understand that either way, that Jesus Christ walks one road, and go and follow Jesus Christ's road, because that's what Jesus Christ stands for. You understand? So realize I stand for Jesus Christ. And everybody has a choice. But understand that dirty cops, I understand they're dirty. I went inside of their nice beautiful room, and guess what? I started to record the conversation. And they say that I have a nice beautiful video where I was hit by a homeless man in terms of my public speaking street performance. And guess what? I realized they said that I have to write it down in terms of I have to document this, that it's evidence. I mean, I already showed them evidence of my nice beautiful video. I showed them the evidence that a homeless man hit me, and it's more than enough. But they say no. Or else they say you have to go and give us the statements that says so. I mean, I already showed you the video that says so. I mean, they don't agree with that. I mean, because it's a stupid system that they have. I understand that they're dirty cops. And guess what they want to do, really? Or else they want me to go and label everything in terms of what happened in that video. And then they want me to send the video to them. And then they want to read the writing. I mean, or else they want to read the writing with the video that I gave. And then guess what they do? Or else they may change up the words somewhere in that nice, beautiful statement. And if you sign it, or else they put you in prison for 10 years. Or else that's what the dirty cops do. Because guess what? Or else now, this is what happened with me. I took a photo of it. I have nice, beautiful evidence to support this as well. I have nice, beautiful evidence, and I'll keep it for the rest of my life so I can show people that what police do is on the statement, or else they say, I mean, the homeless man was hitting me for hours on end. I mean, they say that the homeless man was hitting me for about hours on end. Or else now, the homeless man hit me one time. Or else now understand hours on end, but they follow the daily clock of hours on end. Or else now how much is 1 hour? I mean 1 hour, you don't even know how much 1 hour is, but guess what? Or else let's just say 60 minutes. Or else now, I mean one punch and the video goes for 30 minutes. Or else the video goes for 13 minutes. Listen to me. Although they say that the man was punching me for hours on end, and if I sign it, but it doesn't go according to the video, or else they put me in jail. I mean, do you understand? Because the video shows 30 minutes, or the video shows 13 minutes that the guy just hit me one time and left in 13 minutes. Although they want you to really write the truth down. I mean, they want you to describe the video. I mean, once you describe the video, I mean, what they do is they're going to write it down. I mean, they're writing it themselves. I mean, listen to me now. I mean, the police will write the statement themselves so that they can change up the wording to screw you over. I mean, yeah, and guess what happens? Or else that because they have control of the keypad and they're writing the statements down as you speak to them, or else they're going to write it in their own words. And then they're going to give you the statement and they say, make sure you read over it before you sign it. Or else now you read over it, although understand this time, when you look at the nice beautiful sentence, or else it's going according to plan, and then guess what? Or else one sentence in that whole section is totally missed the mark of what the video states. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, it means that they want to screw you over and they want to completely throw you in jail for being hit by a homeless man. I mean, why? Because they're dirty cops. Or they're dirty cops. So understand, either way, I caught the police guy out and he's totally against me. You have to understand, either way, I went to the police station to report a homeless man who hit me. So that what? Or so I can make sure to see what's going to go. And now if I throw other people in prison, or else that means I have to go to prison. Or else now that's the law. Or else that's the law. So what happens here? Or else now, will Jesus ever go and report you to anybody because of the police? Or should Jesus will never report you if you hit Jesus? Or else now, I went to the police to report somebody else like a victim. But I'm not a victim. I just went to find out some more information. But understand either way that Jesus says you must not work for the outside world, but the police work for the outside world. Understand? So realize either way that now if I put you into prison and I command to put you in prison, or else then I command to put myself in prison. Or else if I command to put you in prison, I then command myself to put myself in prison. Or else now that's how the justice system works. Or else now it's honest, although realize that Jesus' system works like this. I mean, never even go to the police and never report anybody else. And that's that. I mean, don't go reporting other people because they hit you. I mean, who did Jesus report to when Jesus was killed on the cross? Or else Jesus didn't report to anybody. It just happened, didn't it? Or else now, because it just happened, or else now Jesus doesn't have to go to the police or file a report on other people to be a victim. So what do you do? Or else, so what do? You just take responsibility for it and say, yeah, or else the guy hit me and I didn't hit back. And that's it. I mean, just move on now. Or else now, if they go kill your child, for example, I mean, don't go and report it to the police because that's what Jesus wants you to do. I mean, that's how Jesus is. Although I realize that's what the Bible states. Or else now, if they go kill your whole family in front of your eyes and you have a video camera and you go and do a video of them. I mean, go and do a video of everything. And don't show it to anybody. Except just post it online. I mean, just post it online. Although everybody can see who it is. Although don't go to the police because they killed your family. I mean, that's what Jesus wants you to do. But understand, that's what Jesus will do. Or else that's what Jesus does. Or else Jesus doesn't go to the police because other people killed his family. I mean, even if you think you know, don't do it. Because I understand that the police is always against you. I understand the police is against you because guess what? Or else Jesus wants you to learn something here. Or else Jesus wants you to understand that anything that's not Jesus is against you. You understand? Or else that's how it is. Because that's how you see God. You see God in the truth. I mean, understand that in that nice beautiful statement, or else that the police officer wrote that the homeless man was hitting me for about hours. I mean, how much is about hours? You can never state that. You can never state the truth here. Although, guess what? You can never label the truth in words. You can see the truth only. So understand that they can see that the homeless man can hit me, or else they can see that the homeless man hits me, and that I came to report the homeless man to put him in prison. And guess what? Or else if that happens, or else then I have to go to prison. Because why? Because I chose not to follow Jesus Christ in that. It's that simple. In a sense, so don't go to the police reporting other people, because otherwise you're not following Jesus Christ, is what I'm saying. Or else now, understand that if you go against Jesus Christ, or else everybody goes against you. Or else that's how it is. Although, guess what? Or else Jesus Christ is not hurting you. But if you go against Jesus Christ, it means that you want to hurt Jesus Christ. Or else now, that's what I was doing. I was going to the police to report another man to put them in prison, because that's against Jesus Christ. You understand? I take ownership of that. But guess what? I didn't see that when I was doing it. I was unaware. I just became aware now of that. But guess what? Either way, understand I'm not evil. And now, is Jesus Christ evil because of that? I mean, why would Jesus Christ be evil for you turning against Jesus? I mean, now understand, is it your fault? Or, I mean, is it Jesus Christ's fault that you don't have that information? I mean, the information was given to you. I mean, the information is given to you. So why aren't you learning? I mean, why aren't you growing? I mean, whose fault is that? I mean, it's not Jesus' fault. I mean, it must be your fault. So understand either way that you understand that everything is working for Jesus Christ. I mean, understand now that yes, I understand either way that the police wants to handcuff me. And now, guess what? Or else now, I understand they do not want to handcuff me now, because I don't want to put that guy in prison who hit me. Or else now, it's the first time I ever done that. I mean, it's the first time I went to the police station to report somebody who just hit me, and I never hit back. And I just went to put them in prison. Or else if you do something to somebody else, you will also be given that. Or else if I put you in prison, you will also understand I'll go to prison too then. I never go to prison because I'll never go and put you in prison. Because understand that what you do to others is what you do to yourself. Or else now, why did I get hit? I understand, why did Jesus Christ die on the cross for me then? I mean, why? I mean, it's the same situation. I mean, a homeless man hit me and he just went away. I mean, they killed Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ suffered even more. But did he really? Or should Jesus Christ says no? Or should Jesus Christ didn't suffer on the cross? Or should Jesus Christ didn't suffer at all? Because understand that Jesus Christ is innocent the whole way. Or else now, if you go against Jesus Christ and you're aware, or else if you go against Jesus Christ and you are unaware of it, you're innocent too. You're still innocent. But they put you in jail. Or else then they put you in jail because why? Or else because you went against Jesus Christ. Or else now, why did Lil Wayne go to prison? I mean, because he went against Jesus Christ. I mean, why do you need a gun? I mean, why do you need a gun in the first place? I mean, why would you say that you own a gun? I mean, Jesus Christ said, do not own anything in this world. So to say that you own a gun means you want to kill somebody. I promise you that it means that Lil Wayne wants to kill somebody. Because he has a golden gun and he said that. Or else he stated that. And now Lil Wayne is unaware of it. I say, yeah, promise you, he's unaware of that he wants to kill somebody. You understand? Or else he's unaware about what he said. So understand, that's why he went to prison for 10 years. Because he wants to kill somebody with it. Because he said so. And he said he said that by stating in the statement that he owns the gun. I mean, when you own a rifle, or else if you own a rifle, I mean, it's yours. I mean, why do you need it? I mean, because you want to kill somebody. I mean, do you understand now? I mean, what else? I mean, why? I mean, what do you want with the gun? I mean, why do you want it? I mean, why do you own it in the first place? I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, what are you going to say? You've got nothing else to say. I mean, why do you need to hold? I mean, why do you need to own the gun? I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to shoot someone? I mean, what are you going to do with it? I mean, do you understand Lil Wayne now? Or do you understand Jesus Christ? I mean, you understand why he went to prison for 10 years? Because he said that he owns a gun. I mean, just one stupid sentence. But guess what? Alright, that's how life is. I mean, if you're not getting smarter, you're getting worse. Bros, if you're not learning about Jesus Christ today, then you can go to prison by saying something stupid like Lil Wayne. And then you'll understand why you never followed Jesus Christ then. I mean, you follow Jesus Christ. I say you follow Jesus Christ, but then you understand why you never even followed Jesus Christ in that statement. Because of why? I understand either way that it's because you lack communication skills. And that's what Lil Wayne lacks. And that's why the police wants to arrest me. Because I went, why? I went to learn something. I went to the police to learn about what are they really doing. I went to outgrow the situation. I went for the first time. I went there to just go and raise a suspect in somebody who hit me, to put them in jail. Why? I mean, I asked myself why. I went there and I was always asking myself, why am I doing this? I mean, why do you guys do this? I mean, give me some information about the police and what you guys are doing over here. I went to learn. I really went to learn. And that's why I never even go. I went over there and I said, I don't want to sign this paper. I said, I don't want to sign the paper. And then say, are you sure? I said, I'm sure. I'm sure I don't want to sign the paper because you're trying to put me in jail. Or now, because I said that, or else I went back to Jesus. But I'm aware now of that situation. But when I was doing that in the spot, I was unaware of what I was doing in terms of reporting other people into the police. So never go to the police to report other people. And never go to the police in the first place. I mean, what are you going to do there? Unless you're lifting them up. I mean, understand me now, that if you go and do anything to me, for example, you have to understand that anything that shall go against God and Jesus Christ shall be put down. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, nothing can stop me today. I mean, nothing can stop me because I go for Jesus Christ. I mean, if you go against Jesus Christ, I mean, the police will come after you. I mean, other people will come after you. I mean, other people will come after you. I mean, do you get it? I mean, if you fight back and if you hit back, and understand, I was attacked by 20 people. I was attacked by 8 people. I was attacked by 3 people. I was attacked by 1 person. I never hit back. I never hit back because if I hit back, I didn't go against Jesus. I mean, ta-da. I mean, if you hit back, or else if you start fighting somebody and you really cause violence, or else then you're going against Jesus. So don't go against Jesus and never cause violence. Because Jesus doesn't stand for violence. So anything that's really, let's say, violence in life is something that's not Jesus Christ. So understand that when you're lifting people every single day, you're really doing it in a way that you're not causing other people violence, because understand that Jesus didn't go hitting other people back. So understand to never ever hit other people. You understand? So every single day, understand that what you need to do is understand that I have kids around over here, but guess what? You must understand information product. You must understand that you don't go hitting other people. But guess what? I went to the police station and I really found out about them. Whereas now, Jesus wants you to find out. Whereas God wants you to be on God's side and not against God, because God created you. Whereas now, if you're going against God, like I did, in terms of the police station, and I went to the police station, and I really was trying to find out some information about what's going on. And either way, I made sure to never sign that product. I made sure to never sign that information where I was trying to state the truth. I was understanding that they're trying to make me state the truth of what's in the video. But it doesn't make sense. Or else it doesn't make sense for me to write an essay about something that I can see. I mean, why would I go now? I mean, let's just put it like this. I mean, you can see the video. You can see what happens in this video. I mean, why would I now go and record the same information to the police now? Or else I go to the police now to write a statement about, or else why would I go to the police to write a statement about all these words that I did in terms of my video. And that's what the police want you to do. And that's what the police want you to do. But guess what? Or else everything's working for Jesus Christ. So why would you go to the police in the first place? I mean, why would I go to the police to write the same words down as I do in this statement? I mean, why does the police ask me to write a statement about my video? I mean, why does the police want my statement in terms of what I say, in terms of what I've seen already in the video, for me to say it again? I mean, they want me to say it again. I mean, why? Or else now, are they working for criminals? I mean, who is the criminal here? I mean, is it Jesus Christ? I mean, no. I mean, Jesus Christ is not the criminal. But is the coppers the criminal? Or else no. Because guess what? Or else it's working for Jesus Christ. Or else it's all working for Jesus Christ. So understand, if you go towards Jesus Christ, you don't have to go to the police. Or else now, anything that's getting processed around the police today is anything that's going against God. I mean, do you understand? Or else now, Jesus says, why did I have to go and break this up with you? Or else now, I had a fight with a woman. I punched her. I actually kicked her in the gut. And now, the police went in front of the middle of that section and divorced me and her together. And I went my way. I realized she went her way. I understand I went to jail and she didn't. Or else now, why is she not convicted about that? Or else now, that's not my case. Or else now, Jesus says, why? I mean, I don't know. I mean, why is Jesus like that too? I mean, why did Jesus have to die? I mean, that's the same question. I mean, why do I have to go to prison because she hit me first? I mean, why did Jesus have to die because they killed him first? I mean, it's the same question. You understand? So realize that you don't care about other people at all. But what's important is understand that anything that's going towards Jesus is not going towards the police. And now if you go to the police to give them your promotion, your tag, or else now understand that if they reject you, or else now they're not doing you harm, or else are they? Or else now are they really? Or else now they are not working for Jesus Christ now. Or else now if you go and give something to the police officer, or 4 of them, like I did today, I went to give my business cards to 1, or else to 4 of them, and I give them 1 each. Or else they've all rejected my nice, beautiful information. Or else they're not working for Jesus Christ anymore. Or else now what happens here? Or else now I look like a better man. I look like something better over here because I deserve something more. Or else now I went and gave a homeless man, I gave a homeless woman my business card and then she took it. So what does this mean? I led the police straight to the homelessness in life. Or else that's where those 4 police officers are heading straight towards homelessness. Understand? So I understand straight away that as I was walking here, I understand that no matter what, that you must receive what's given. Or else if somebody on the street is giving you something, I mean exchange a business card or something. I mean, don't reject people and what they're giving. Because if you reject anything that's giving, you're not working for Jesus Christ. You must understand that if somebody on the street may give you the same business card 50 times, I mean, always receive one, is what I'm saying. Because if you don't receive one, you then understand you're not working for Jesus Christ. Even if they gave you the same business card 50 million times, I mean, grab it 50 million times and put it in the bin. But the act of just receiving it is what you need to do. You need to receive it. Because what they're giving you is not a business card, or is they're giving you a voucher to say that if you receive this, even 50 billion times, that you're still working for God and that you're still working for Jesus Christ. But if you reject them, you're heading towards the police section. Or else now, if you reject, or else if you just stand on a nice, beautiful highway or anywhere in terms of where people are, and you start giving these business cards, and they reject you, I mean, understand you're lifting yourself from this situation. And what's going to happen is, eventually, you're going to go around the world. You're going to go around the world because what happens is, understand that those people around you who don't want to receive your business card and don't want to receive something that's given are the ones who are going downhill And they're the ones that you must stay away from. So the more you go around people, and just go and give them business cards. I mean, just go and give them business cards and get rejected, because guess what? I realize that Jesus was also rejected by what he was given. And that's why Jesus went to another world. I mean, do you understand? So what you do is go on the street now and start giving those business cards regardless. And it's a given that if you do it more than enough, you will eventually fly the world. Well, it's that simple. But either way, I've unlocked much more potential in this, I've unlocked much more nice, beautiful potential in this video. But understand that what's important is go promote yourself and promote thyself all the time. But understand, I see now why Jesus is stating all this. But guess what? I understand I was unaware of. And now Jesus says that anybody who goes against Jesus is unaware. So understand that Jesus doesn't want you to be unaware. I mean, Jesus gave you a choice. I realize God gives you a choice. So realize that it's just that it's sympathy to go without Jesus. Whereas now if you go with Jesus, you become empathy. But understand that I was mourning for anything that's not Jesus. I was showing sympathy for something that's not Jesus Christ. I was, yes. And understand either way, that if you go any other way that's not Jesus, you'll head straight to the cell, in terms of the prison cell. Because guess what then? Whereas Jesus says that everybody is living in eternity. Whereas now Jesus says, yes, well, they understand either way that you will be forgiven because you don't understand what you're doing. Or else now anybody who's in prison now is innocent. Or else even if they killed families, or else even if they went and killed families, or else they're still innocent because they're lacking the information of Jesus Christ. I mean, do you understand? I mean, they're lacking information of Jesus Christ, and that's why they're in prison. Or else that's why Lil Wayne is going to prison, because he lacks information about Jesus Christ, and that's why he was on his way to kill somebody. But before it happens, or else now what's happening right now with Lil Wayne is he will learn about God in prison. Or else he'll learn about being sober, and he'll learn about being a vegan or something like that. Or else he'll learn much more in prison now about God than ever before. I promise you, either way, that he'll be out. And he'll, either way, from this point, or else he'll grow from this point. But guess what? Or else now, I understand no matter what, that it's not the police and it's not other people, but it's Jesus Christ. Or else now, because it's Jesus Christ, I understand it's not to blame Jesus Christ. I understand it's really that you go and understand him. Because if you don't understand Jesus Christ today, and you don't understand the Bible and what it says, and you don't understand what he's doing in terms of Jesus Christ and what Jesus Christ is doing, you understand why then you'll become like Lil Wayne, and then you'll become like against the police, and then you'll be against people, and then you'll say fuck the police and all this, because you don't understand the Bible, you don't understand how to give. So when people are giving their nice beautiful business cards on the street, I mean, just receive it. I mean, receive that nice beautiful business card. I mean, even if they've given, or else even if they've given, or else even if they gave you that nice beautiful business card 50 billion times, and the same person, I mean, always receive it, because that way you will be somewhere in life. You'll be going towards Jesus Christ. Because if you don't receive, you shall also not inherit the kingdom of God. You must receive what's given. I mean, I don't care who's giving it. Or else, even if your worst enemy who killed your family is giving you something, you receive it. Because if you don't receive something from those people who killed your family, you then want to kill their families. I mean, why don't you want to receive then? Or else if I go around killing your family, and then I go and I give you my business card as well, and you don't want to receive my business card, or else it means you want to go around killing my family. I say yeah, because why don't you want to receive my business card? Because you have resentment for what I've done. So receive my business card, and you shall be set free, and I shall be set free too. Or else now, don't cause revenge just because I killed your family. Or else just because I killed your family, I mean, don't go and kill my family, because then you shall not inherit the kingdom of God either. So how do you grow from that? You just receive my business card and you just go your way. That's that. I'll go knock on your door the second day. I'll give you my business. I'll give you my and I'll give you my business card again. Or I'll give you the same one. Or else now, if I give you the same one here, I understand now. Guess what? Or else that's a disappointing aspect, because I already gave you one. Or else now, what am I saying over here? Or else that this is something that's no good. Or else now, if I give you the same aspect of life again, or else now I have to understand what I'm doing. I understand if I go giving the same business card over and over and over again, I understand now what is happening over here. I understand I'm still giving, aren't I? But is it nice and beautiful to give? Or else yes. Or else now, are you able to give your same music to everybody all the time? Yes, you can do it. So I can always show up to your house again and I'll give you the same business card again. And if you don't receive it again, or else if you don't receive it the second time, you're actually against Jesus then. Or else that means then that you don't deserve my success and that you have resentment for me in life because you don't want to receive my business card again. So receive my business card again and again and again. I knock on your door the 10th time and I already gave you 10 business cards of mine. And the same one. I'll come knock on your door again on the 11th one. Because the 11th time, I'll knock on your door and I'll give you another business card. That's the same one. You have to receive it. Because otherwise you resent me again. And don't resent me, but just receive it. You understand? Because those people who don't receive, even when something's given, or else they are not following Jesus Christ. And they're the ones going to prison. So realize when somebody is giving you something, you just receive it. Because the life meaning of life is give and you shall receive. And receive and you shall give. I'll see you guys in the next video.